We can ride anywhere we need to go. We can ride all night up to the morning, as long as we make the show. We can be the best or we can be the worst. We can be the best thing you ever heard. With the motor singing and the grandstands ringing, it's hard to put it all in words. But this is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and some. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. Well, hello, everybody. We are here today. We are doing a bunch of stuff. The perfect shirt is on. Larson had a quick go of it yesterday. In the cup race, he was out of the chase for a minute. He almost wasn't gonna make it. Y'all were probably shaking in your boots. I was over here, just making rent money on the sports booking apps. I of course had AJ Allmendinger to win. I ain't gonna be a dummy. Of course, we had to have William Byron on the top three, so we, Cornellaed the situation. But, I mean, man, I don't know about Larson anymore. I'm scared. I'm scared for his NASCAR career, at least, for sure. Got people barreling into the chat room. We will have your chats up soon. We are watching the... Actually, chat is working completely. We are watching the big block modified race, but we can't show the big block modified race. 200 laps. I was so surprised at how they did 40 cars, 42 to be exact. Let's see here. I put the cover image up on the screen right there. That picture you see right there it's actually 42 cars in this main event. So they were 4 wide, 10 rows deep. It was pretty incredible for them to be able to do that. And of course, the Syracuse race is what everybody remembers this on, and I almost feel like this Oswego race is like a memorial event for Syracuse. I don't feel like it's a replacement event at all. It's I mean, we've all seen the pictures and the highlights of the track coming up, literally chunks out of the ground. I mean, this track's known for being an asphalt track, one of the best asphalt tracks there is, but as far as when it comes to dirt track racing and superior big block modified events, the Syracuse Mile is dead. And I feel like that this event is almost in its name. And the name of Syracuse will put on this race at Oswego. Just completely 10 to 15, 20 times less of an event. Almost, like I said, a memorial service for Syracuse. There was a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about, but we'll wait for some people to get in because it should be an interesting segment here today. We'll be on all the way through the Syracuse dirt race. I'm not sure how long that'll take. Currently, if you have Dirt Vision, you could turn it on. It is on lap 72 of 200. They have already had a multi-car flip. Tim McCready, I believe, was involved in that wreck. But you got Connor Wade there putting on a show with his microphone and his crew jacket, looking extremely personable. But regardless, we'll be on all the way through until this one is over. They're actually doing pit stops right now. Wow, I didn't think I would see this. But they are actually going into pit lane right now. So this is something that the big block modifieds do on this Syracuse race. One of the first, or the Syracuse Memorial race, we'll call it. One of the first times I saw a dirt car do a pit stop was these big blocks, and it was at the old Syracuse. So I was very young. I'm sure there's another time when dirt cars did pit stops. I'm just, not as old and as intelligent as you who know better. Um, while they're doing a pit stop, I guess I could pit stop over into another thing that actually might matter. Um, let's see here. I did have a bunch of topics that I wanted to talk about, and I've been trying to kind of share everything over into my Facebook so that I would cover it, so that when I see it, I would cover it. In fact, let's just do that. We'll go down my share list here on my Facebook. I've been like, I want to talk about this. Some of it's just stupid, some of it's not. First of all, this I saw last night, and this was cool. Like, I don't know why this is not a movie. I would watch this, and this is different. Look, the artist, or I don't know if this is Chat GPT or AI that illustrated this, but I don't know who. I would think every 30-ish-year-old male in America has heard of Street Fighter, and I think if they were to actually do a movie, Street Fighter, and they use Tom Cruise like they got him right there, and they use Will Smith like they just had him, and then you got this Asian chick who I'm not really into Asian chicks, but I am, especially right now. But I'm kind of scared as well. I don't know. But that's cool. To be scared and to find attraction is kind of hot, not gonna lie. And then that would just be hilarious. But dead on with the look. That would be extremely cool to see a Street Fighter movie. This was kind of funny. Stefan Diggs, I don't know who watches football. I know I do. I know most of Americans and people in the world do. But Stefan Diggs was fined 13,000 for his Stone Cold Steve Austin celebration against the Miami Dolphins. Apparently, he smashed 2 beers or 2 drinks, 2 carbonated substances. It looks like some Miller High Life, actually. Why in the hell do people drink Miller High Life? I feel like the only reason people drink Miller High Life is because, you know, you're at a sporting event and that's like one of the only options they're selling. You're at an event and it's like, oh, do you want Coors or Miller High Life? It's like, oh God, the banquet beer. This was pretty funny. These guys are in the grandstand yelling at a kid. They are actually furious. Security has been called. Police on the scene. That's just funny to me. This was interesting. Pretty big wreck at, I believe they said this is Rice Lake up in Wisconsin. With soda late models. And that was a double flip for late models. You usually don't see double flips happening out there in the racing world, especially with late models when the leader spins it out, and that's James Giassi. So that's a really good driver who spun out like that. Yeah, that is James Giassi. I saw him make an apology post earlier in the day yesterday, and I was trying to figure out why, and I shared this, and I didn't actually put two and two together at the time, but that is James Giassi, a local guy in Wisconsin who has finished up front with the Outlaws, and he loops it around and causes that. Wow. I guess when you're him, I guess the only person, it's best that I guess you could say you got the worst end of the stick. I mean, did anybody else? I mean, I know the one guy flipped upside down, but it looks like Giassi got the good hard side impact right there. Bam. And then also the flip. So the one who caused it, if you get away unscathed, I mean, there's a lot worse guilt, I think, than that situation. This is another instance of another wreck in the stock car world. This is a Arklatex Speedway in Arklatex or Vivian, Louisiana. This is a big factory stock race, and that's one of the best factory stock drivers in the world, actually, on the outside, and they're beating and banging. He just rubbed them up out of the way, and this guy says, okay, then let's just who needs $5,000 tonight? And so there's another wreck from the weekend. Actually, this is a big one, the 19th annual Cajun Classic. That's like a $5,000-$10,000 freaking factory stock race. And like I said, these are two of the best, and they had no more of one another. I don't know. Rooting guys out of the way like that seems kind of that's how you got to pass in these cars, right? I mean, where did this guy really do some dirty? Let's see. Where did this 20 car? So he got the run to the inside into 1 and 2. He's there. He's got position. You have to hold it. Okay, room was given. Tight race in here, and I guess he didn't. I mean, that's kind of just racing, rubbing doors. I don't really see a big issue with how he just raced him. I don't see that as justified. I know Justin Whitehead, the 36 that just spun him out, is one of the best, but I don't really see anything justified right there to do that. I mean, they're side by side. There's a little contact. I mean, you're in factory stocks. It's not like you're in a sprint car late model. Yeah, I don't get that. That must be off the track. I mean, that dude must be banging someone's wife or daughter or some bull crap. That's more than on the track issues. I don't know. Let's see here. There was a bunch of interesting stuff. I thought this was pretty funny. Millionaire yachts versus billionaire yachts, and that is a significant difference. That is a significant difference. That is the Hitler to the world right there. Good luck. Good luck. It ain't gonna happen. I thought this was a pretty cool video. Chicken. These guys freaking with their Sprite. I don't know if you could see this very well, but I thought this was a pretty cool little video. They even though they're using Sprite, and you go in the comment sections, people are just like really losing their mind with these guys using Sprite to cook this chicken thing, and it ends up being really badass. They cook like fried chicken in the middle of the jungle. I can't believe it. This is a fishing trip gone wrong. Flash floods occurred. There was some racing stuff. Hold on now. This is potentially the worst call in recent sports history. So this is Miami and Georgia Tech. You can't see the score on your screen. You will. And it's 41 seconds to go. And instead of just kneeling or running the clock out, this is what they choose to run the ball. I guess to try to close the game out. And they're like in field goal range and stuff. Like they could have run the ball, or they could have kneeled the ball. They could have took a field goal. They run it. They fumbled the ball with 26 seconds left. And then it obviously, you know what's coming. Georgia Tech just needs a touchdown to win the game now. 17-20, field goal to tie it. And then here's what you get. I'm telling y'all, that's what happens when Vegas comes calling. That is exactly what happens when Vegas comes calling. I thought that was funny. Let's see. And this is what I wanted to talk about, actually. This is what I was scrolling down to. This is potentially the best driver in PA, the Zach Rhodes guy. I went over there at Path Valley. He dominates. And then he wins the sprint car event at Port Royal on the Outlaw Night. I mean, this guy's dominating. This is what I don't understand. When people have a vacancy in their driver's seat, why are they not, especially someone like, or somewhere like PA, where you got all these races going on, this tryout level, which is that's what 305 racing to me is tryout level. This is where you can find your talented drivers. Why are these guys not the ones sought after, the ones winning and dominating on the tryout level? Not everybody has the $100,000 to try out one race in a 410 sprint car, to buy the equipment needed to do that. But 305 is a little less. You could work for that. You could save for that. I mean, it's not in the expendable income class of society, but there could be some talent over there in that society. I mean, like, look at the NFL and the NBA. Their rosters are made up of a majority of impoverished individuals like African Americans. Why are we not looking for more talent? Just because they don't have no money doesn't mean that they're not NFL, NBA level talents in the sport. So Zach Rhodes right here, who's been dominating the PA scene that I've been paying attention to. Why ain't he getting no damn shots? Why is guys like that? Why am I getting messages today? Anthony Macri's back in the 39M. Don't tell anybody. I got like 4 or 5 messages. Macri back in the 39M. Macri's back. Macri's back. Well, okay. What does that mean? So, Macri's back. I'm glad the family is back together, but on the track, I mean, I think we got a little bit of a hint that maybe other people could drive the 39M better than Anthony Macri. Kind of like when David Gravel got in the 6 car of Bill Rose. You know, we saw that the car, the driver is capable. You know, when Kyle Larson got into the 17 for Joey Saldana, it won a race. Joey Saldana is really good. Anthony Macri is really good, but we get these other drivers in the car, and it does better than the other guy. Why would we put the other guy back in if the guy driving the car is better? Why? But nepotism monarchy painted all over this one. It's a family situation, family ordeal. That's what we got to go through. That's what we're going to deal with. Okay. So that's fine. That's what I'm hearing Macri back in the 39M. That's the hot rumor for the day that I just been getting all morning, all day. Anthony Macri back to the third. I don't even know if it's real or not. I don't know to trust these people. How can you trust anybody in the damn racing world? That's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. You know what I'm saying? You really believe it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's see here. Do we got anything going in the chat yet? Not yet. Maybe. Buckeyes. I love Ohio until football season because racing is over and it's hell time. That's funny. Somebody says go blue. What's up with the Ohio people being in here now? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's see what this big block race is doing. We have not even got to halfway yet. Track is somewhat better than I've seen in years before. At least it looks smooth. I mean, most of the time it's been very choppy just because the track would come up because it's kind of a laid-on dirt event. But this one, track, to their credit, even though this is a memorial race to the real Super Dirt Car Week, this is an in remembrance of event. This isn't a replacement at all. The track is relatively smooth. It is widened out. They do have 42 cars on the track, so rubber and a hard surface is just going to happen. They apparently have run all 4 of the main events today. I believe that was 250 lappers, a 150, and a 200. I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure for 100% on that. I just tuned in for the big block. Somebody was texting me like, "Big block's ready to go," because I told him to let me know. Right now, Matt Williamson's leading. Phelps running second, and Matt Shepard in third. Rudolph, Mahaney, Perigo, Roy, McCready, McLaughlin, and Friesian in 9th and 10th. So McLaughlin and Friesian back there in 9th and 10th. I mean, they were up there earlier running the middle and the top and were challenging for second and third, and now they have fallen back to the 9th and 10th spot. That's definitely not a good sign. Peter Britton's back there with them. That's the battle on the track right now they're showing between Friesian and Britton, and that would be for 10th. Britton trying to float the middle of the track. It's actually working. He just drove by him on the outside, so move the 21 of Peter Britton. I believe that would end up moving him into 10th, but it looks like maybe Friesian has an issue on the track. Nope. Oh, Peter Britton has just found something, too. This is actually worth watching. If you got dirt vision, turn it on. Peter Britton, he's rolling this middle, but he's making up significant ground running this middle. He just blew by Friesian and then ran the top in 3 and 4 and then just drove by the 95, which I guess that's a lap car, but I thought that was for another position. But he did find something there. So they are still kind of going around on the track. It's not specifically to a bottom group, but you just had Eric Rudolph. They just panned over. He just took third now from Matt Shepard. I know some people consider Matt Shepard a lock all the time, and that's not true. You know, I had a lot of people in New York. Of course, I raced up there in the big block modifieds. in the sportsman division, and I got to see and know a lot of people, and they were like, "Well, Chaz, Dirt Vision and all these people, they don't really push it when the Super Dirt Car Series or this series or that series goes to some of these more local tracks, and these guys like Shepard and Williamson will get their ass handed to them by local and regional guys. You don't really see it publicized much. They're trying to protect their stars and their image. So there's actually apparently up there in the modified world locals that can keep up and beat some of these guys. But when you get onto these bigger tracks, more mechanically engineered race tracks, I'd assume it's going to be a little hard. Is that Peter Britton really about to pass Shepard? Something's happening here. Either there's 2 9 cars on the track that look just like Shepard, or Peter Britton is in faster forward than the track can keep up with. I'm not sure what's actually happening here. I actually may need some volume to describe what's happening for me. Yellow just came out. Huh. Ryan Go Down brings out the caution, a flat left front tire. $95 at 200 complete, man. This is like a NASCAR race. It really is. Guess what? Anthony Macri is back in the 39M. Don't tell anyone. Shh. That's about how I feel. Jovan Schriltz really wants me to bitch about this situation, I think. I don't know if he wants to call in, but apparently there was a Sanders sabotage at Chico. I'm not sure the validity of that. Looks like I'm gonna try to antagonize Jovan Schultz to come on here and talk about it, because he's got all the details. All the details Jovan Schultz does. Let me see if I could bring up some of the stuff that he's got listed here. So apparently it was a situation where Justin Sanders had the lead. There was a piece of debris on the track, and they technically was supposed to remove that from the track. They left it on the track, which ended up causing a flat on Justin Sanders. And that was the sabotage. Let's see it. Let's see the sabotage. See what happens here. So, what we need to pay attention to, apparently, is right here, I believe. Yeah, right here, 607. Now, we want to pay attention to the debris. There's like a debris piece on the track. This is coming to the actual green flag. Sanders is leading. And so the debris is right there, is what everyone is saying. The debris is right there on the track. Plain as day. You could see the white piece to the bottom of the speedway, right there to the right of Sanders. And this is apparently what causes a huge issue with the 2 car that flattens the tire. Because you see the debris piece right there. Let's play it. This is on Cali Dirt Videos on YouTube, so check that out. Cali Dirt Videos. And he's got a little in-car shot. But then we're going back to green here, and then well, that's not as synced up as I thought, but... And apparently Sanders runs over this piece or somehow hits this piece that got kicked up into the racing groove. You can actually see it right there, I think. I'm assuming on this restart, somehow this piece gets kicked up into the area. We'll see. And so I'm thinking this piece is already kicked up onto the track. Right there. There it is. Is that the same piece, though? I don't think that's the same piece. Hold on. I don't think that's the same piece on the track. That looks like a different piece of debris on the track right here. But it's not moving, so I don't think Sanders hit that. But there's a couple pieces maybe, because whatever just happened there is what caused the tire to get gashed. So, not sure about that one. Maybe we'll get Joe in here to elaborate on what really actually has occurred. Of course, late models were badass as usual. Fairbury was just amazing. Bobby Pierce just kicking everyone's ass. I was really surprised by Tyler Bruning, how good he was coming up through the field like he did. New switch to the Longhorn. And the Longhorn chassis have just changed everything, have they not, guys? I mean, Bobby Pierce and Anthony Macri very similar, actually. Funny that I said that. In a way, they are. But Bobby Pierce was just kind of not average. He was above average, but consistently he was average. He would have shines and segments of times where he would be, oh my God, fast, but then there'd be a lot of nights he would be average. And I think that this new Longhorn has added a level of consistency for Bobby Pierce. And I think that what Bobby Pierce is going through is what a lot of people want to experience. And I think that's why you saw Bruning is the one who switched to Longhorn recently. Struggled a little bit to start, but just had a really strong run at Fairbury, which he's not necessarily a short track guy. He usually runs better on the bigger ones, but that was impressive. So to see what Bobby's done this year, obviously everybody else has jumped on Longhorns bandwagon as well. Hudson O'Neal kind of holding it out for Longhorns. I believe Tyler Erb has switched to MB Customs. I don't know if that's for sure 100%. But the battle of Longhorn versus Rocket is definitely siding on Longhorn's side. And maybe Rocket needs to recruit more guys or something, but it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. I mean, right now it's Hudson O'Neal versus everybody. That's how I see it. Hold on, I think we're getting Jovan Schultz in here. We just have to fire up our call-in deal. Let's see here. We're going live for an hour every day for a reason, and hopefully to get some of this in here. This would be interesting. Let's see what Jovan Schultz has got to say. Hopefully, we'll just do it quick. He's probably working. If he doesn't answer, then we're just screwed. It might be no answer, and that's fine. It don't look like it's going to happen. Oh, you're there. You answered.
Screening.
Oh, you're screening? Oh, we need to let you go? Okay.
What do you need? I can talk on the speakerphone.
Okay, so you can work and talk at the same time is what you're saying.
Well, I don't like doing it, but what do you got? What do you got for me?
I don't know. We're trying to figure out this situation that happened this weekend in California. Apparently a bunch of things happened.
Of course. I went on your show. We're not on the air, are we yet?
Yeah, we're live. We're in the middle. I was just showing them the video of the debris on the track, but it looks like that debris on the track and then that big piece of bar is two separate things. So I was trying to figure out which is which, kind of.
Oh, well, I'm not watching the show, but I wanted to go back over time. Did you show there's a history of these kind of things here in California. This happens almost every week.
As far as?
Well, what about the Chase Johnson on fire video? Did you show that?
No.
Well, show Chase Johnson on fire, and they refused to throw a yellow because Golubic's leading and Sanders is second. So they just let the fire burn till the race gets over.
Why do they want Shane Golubic to win so much? That's the question. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's in the... Well, it's not him. It's everybody that's in the cartel. How many times I got to say the same thing on your show?
Right. Okay.
I mean, what are we talking about here? I explain it clearly.
So it's
half
just
your listeners.
It's just the clip.
Half your listeners will say I'm negative. Half your listeners will say I'm negative. The other half say I'm bad for the show. Well, what about the Tanner Carrick video? Did you show that? Did you show the Tanner Carrick video?
No, I didn't. All I did was talk about this restart.
Well, you got to go back in the past. In the Tanner Carrick video, Justin passes Tanner Carrick. He goes 3/4 of a lap. The red comes out. They say the lap doesn't count. And on the last lap of the race, I show in the video, there's a car parked in turn 3. And Carrick's leading, so they won't throw a yellow. They race past the stopped car.
Which race was this?
I sent you the videos.
Which one? You sent me a lot. You sent me JFK. You sent me all this stuff. I mean, you got Ocean Fire, no yellow. I mean, which one's which?
No yellow. Well, the Tanner Carrick one, the ocean robbery video.
Is that the Ocean Fire, no yellow one?
No, the ocean robbery.
Okay, I'm not seeing that title in my emails.
Okay, let me. I'm right in the middle of running a business here. You know,
right.
So I don't know.
We can just let you go. Maybe we'll catch you another time.
Wait, no. Let me. You know, I'll just stop my business to try to educate people.
Oh my God! It's not that important.
It happens every week. It happens every week, and you know, I'm going to point it out, and no one's going to care, and no one's going to protest, and this is all just business as usual.
And that's how it
There's
goes.
always a problem. Incompetent people are running these things, and they're asking why the sport's dying, and no one cares. Okay, I just sent you another video. So this is the video.
I
actually have to work for a living.
Okay.
I just sent you one 5 seconds ago.
Okay.
There's a history of this behavior. It's not like it happened one time and I'm complaining. I'm trying to point out to people who aren't watching this as closely as I am that this stuff has been going on and it could continue to go on. And
okay, so we see the flip car.
Yeah, but they raced.
Okay, the flip car.
Yeah, let that video continue. Let the video continue for another 30 seconds. That's right. Watch it. Watch the end of it.
Okay, 3 to go.
Perfect. 3 to go. You got 30 seconds for the fun to start.
And then I guess there was an issue over there, too, with micro racers. What was Dominic Selzy all mad about?
That I don't know. I don't have time to police the whole state.
Just Justin.
Well, yeah, he's the one I watched the closest. So, did you see the car parked in turn 3? on the Carrick video.
Oh, wow. There's a car
See
spun
the car
out.
stop? They won't throw a yellow. They let cars race past a stopped car.
Just so
See
that
that?
there's not a restart for Justin to maybe pass him for the lead.
Well, whether it's a high limit debacle or an ocean debacle, 95% of these calls go against Justin. There was one call at Merced that went for Justin. The first time he drove for Paul Silva, Dominic passed him, and they should have, yellow. Dominic should have been in the lead, but they put Justin. So Dominic complained that time when it affected him.
Wow.
So it's about 15-1. So one time Justin did get a bogus win.
Wow. That's crazy that just happened. But that's
What do you mean
normal,
it's
you're
crazy?
saying. That's
Why-
how it's supposed to
Why do
be.
you say it's crazy? Well, I come on your show and I explain it, and then I see it happen, and then you go, "Hey, this is crazy."
This is
What's
it's
crazy about it?
crazy that it happens.
But it's been happening for years. That's why people say I'm negative.
Right. Because you
Am I too
pointed
negative?
out.
Am I too negative for your listeners?
I mean, that's what they're saying, right?
Well, that's what your listeners are saying. I shouldn't be bringing these things out. Did you see the Saturday night at Chico?
No. Was that the one with the cut tire part?
No, the next night.
No, what
The
happened?
next night when, well, I sent you a picture. The rule is the top three have to go by the flag stand for the lap to be official. Shane got ahead of Justin, and yellow came out, and they were the only two that passed the flag stand, so the lap shouldn't have counted. It's in the video I sent you.
And that's the 30th
It's in
annual
the
Fall National one. Yeah.
The Cali Dirt video.
Yeah. Okay, loading it right now.
When the
It's
yellow
at
light
the end.
comes on, when the yellow light comes on lap 30, he has the drone view, and you can see only two guys that went past the flag stand, so Justin should have had the lead. But Copeland and Shane are best friends. So what do you think the ruling is going to be? What do you
Okay.
think it's going to be?
So the part that we're talking about is that caution where he's got the drone view. So this is
Yeah,
Justin
I
and
wrote-
Golubic racing side by side right here, back and forth.
That's right. If you freeze the video at the 13:44 mark, the yellow light comes on in turn 3, and only two cars have passed the flag stand.
This is lap 30.
Landon Brooks has not passed the flag stand. They should have not counted that lap.
So it should have went to the prior lap.
That's right.
And who
And
was
they
the
know
leader of the
this.
prior? Who was the leader of the prior lap? It looks like it's close. It looks like it could have been either one.
Justin led the prior lap.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. It looks like
And
there
they'll
was.
say they're well, you didn't watch the whole race.
Well, no, I'm
Go
looking
back
at lap
and, watch it on
29
close.
coming to that lap completion, the prior one, and it looks like Golubic could have beat him.
No, he didn't beat him. You're confusing yourself. You're a lap off. They were side by side on lap 30. Lap 29, Justin had about a 5-car length lead.
Okay. Yeah, see right there, it was close. But you're saying that doesn't even count.
No. Landon Brooks has not passed the flag stand when the yellow light comes on in turn 3. You can see it in the video.
Okay.
I come on your show. I say there's hijinks going on. Justin lost 2 races this weekend because of hijinks. Or potential wins. I mean, Golubic was running good. He might have beat him anyway, but it's not the point.
Okay, I see what you're saying on that video. What you're saying is right here, the yellow lights, they just crossed the stripe right there, and then the yellow lights are on right there, and Landon Brooks is still behind.
That's right. Clear as day. Not a judgment call. It's not a mistake. You can see it as clear as day.
Right, so the last lap, Justin had a complete lead.
Yeah.
And then this is This is not the lap, but that drone shot. It's showing. You
Drone
see the two cars. They come to slice the dice, and then Golovic maybe had a nose on them, and then the yellow lights just pop on, and Landon Brooks is not even.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pause it right when it goes to yellow.
13:44.
Right there, it switched to yellow. I'm judging off that light right there on the screen, guys. You'll see it's green right there, green right there, green right there, green right there, and then yellow. And then that's Justin and Shane, and then that car back there before the start-finish line is Landon Brooks. Just coming off turn 4.
Yeah. Not really even close, is it?
Not really, no. But you're saying this is a part of the continuum against
it happens all the time.
The guy outside of the clique potentially going to beat them in their race. Ruin their Black Panther
Panther party. Isn't that what I talked about on your show? Didn't I talk about this on the show the last 2 weeks? And we have a race, and 2 nights there's shenanigans. 2 nights, 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Yeah, and then I would like to try to find
it's all a coincidence. It's all a coincidence, Chaz.
I mean, that's what they would like to say.
Get Copeland on the show. Have Kobe Copeland call in.
Why?
Explain, well, he's the guy who made the decision. What was he looking at to make that decision? I want his. Isn't he the race director or trying to be one?
Yeah.
I said these people were incompetent. I said they were incompetent to get these jobs. And races, races are decided, Chaz. Money is being taken out of Justin and Demo Mitri's pocket. I call it thievery. If you're stealing money, it's criminal activity. What I'm saying, they'll say they made a mistake. But how many mistakes are they going to make that go the same way?
How
many times?
There's no accountability because they're not in there because of performance. They're in there because they're somebody's friend.
Well, there's no accountability, too, because nobody speaks up like me and the other car owners. Why don't all the car owners protest the track? Why doesn't Demo Mitri protest the race finish?
Right.
Why doesn't no one speak up? Why is this allowed to happen? And you know what happens? You get guys like the Kadings, and they're listening, and they're saying, I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit. That's what they're saying.
Right.
Joe's talking shit on to Chaz. I'm the bad guy. I can't point things out.
Is that what they said? Have you heard them say that now? Is that what they're accusing you of, or?
Well, I'm not personally talking to them, but that's what I hear through the grapevine. Oh, they don't like it. They're all going to listen, and they're not going to like it. They're all going to hide. They're all going to hide and say they're going to discredit me.
Right.
They'll say I'm a complainer. I'm a crybaby. Who is he? Who is he to say anything? It's the same tactic.
The Kadings weren't racing up there, were they?
Well, you're talking about this race, Chaz. This stuff's been going on 30 years.
So you're saying it's just that clique in general. It's the same people. You see Golubic and Kading as the same type of entity.
Well, what do you think it is out here?
Yeah.
They can change rules. They can change lineups. They can make race decisions. They can change pill draws. They do it all.
It's true.
And nobody speaks up except me, the troublemaker.
Yeah.
I'm the troublemaker. I'm supposed to just bow down and let it happen like a whole pit area. 59 cars in the pit area. No one will speak up. Nobody. Nobody will say a word. Nobody will say a word. Where's Brad Sweet on this? He owns the track. Interview Brad. He'll say they made a mistake. We'll do better next time.
I think it goes back to people not thinking that the sprint car scene or anything out there matters. Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter. Then why are you talking about it?
Well, because you sent me all these emails. I'm assuming it was something that was important that happened out there. You're my West Coast insider.
I'm the insider.
You're the West Coast insider, yes.
I'm just watching a video on Flow. Anybody can see it.
Right.
I don't have inside information. This is out there for the public.
Well, I thought you
These
would have
races are
inside
held in
infoed
public.
me. I thought you would have inside infoed me on Macri going back to the 39.
Well, there's things I know, but I can't say because, I'm too close to the situation. I can't.
Well, it's out there now.
I can't.
It's all over Facebook.
Well, there you go. So what do you want me to tell you?
Well, I led the show off with, if David Gravel gets in the 6th car and looks better than Bill Rose, you keep David Gravel in the car. Not saying Anthony Macri's Bill Rose, but
didn't
I just thought the 39M car looked faster without him.
You're talking about
the 39M.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Justin knew this when he got in it. He knew what was going to happen when he got in the car.
Right.
He's thankful that someone like Nick Macri gave him a chance to run all over the country, and you thank somebody for the help they gave you. But these aren't lifelong commitments. You're not family. The guy helped Justin, and I'm sure Justin's thankful for the opportunities Nick Macri gave him. But they're going to go back to their son. What did you think was going to happen?
I didn't know. I heard a lot of people on that side were out, but if not, then it works.
Blood's thicker than water, Chad.
This is true. Okay.
I have 100 more stories. When I get time to come back on your show, I have 100 more stories. People want to hear about this stuff. But if I'm too negative, I don't want them listening. I don't want to be the bad guy. They can listen to Jeremy Elliott or Wing Nation or Justin Fielder, and it's all just happy news.
Yeah, that's weird.
Everything's great.
Yeah,
everybody's in cahoots. It's just they just made a bad decision. It was just, could happen, just the way it goes, Joe.
Yeah.
Just the way it goes.
It's just one too many times to be coincidental is what you're saying.
Like 20 times?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. What's the word?
Happenstance?
No, I'm not sure how to phrase it. I was going to say margin of error, but the benefit of the doubt. Okay, the benefit of the doubt does not, after 15 times something going one way, the benefit of the doubt in my mind is
off the table.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, how naive is everybody going to be to this?
As long as the car owners, you need a unity between car owners. That's the only power. I mean, drivers can't get together and make a difference because, drivers are a dime a dozen when you got a free seat, so the only ones that would make the difference would be the car owners getting together.
Yeah,
but what you're saying is the car owners have already got together, and that's why all this stuff is happening the way it is, because of the significant car owners manipulating shit on the racetrack. The big dog
the car owners run the organization. But the car owners run the, they're all in it together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a cartel owners. Cartel owners. The cartel owners are, so.
But this is never going to change. I'm just bringing it up because people might find it interesting. But I'm the bad guy. I like being the bad guy.
Okay. Well, bad guys got to go to work.
Not allowed to. I'm in here working.
Bad guys got to go to work.
I didn't know you're having a show. You're online. How many viewers we got?
I think it's 60 or so. 60, 70.
Anybody listening that we know? Is Jordan there?
Jordan. No, Jordan is not. He may not be here right now. I don't think so.
I can't read the comments. So are people agreeing or not agreeing?
Somebody said the thing I like about this show is it's not always positive topics.
So it's seen as negative again, Chad.
Well, I think when that's phrased that way, it's just not all sunshine and rainbows.
No, but isn't it positive that I'm bringing out the negative sides of the sport?
Some people aren't seeing it that way, Joe. They might be. They probably should.
So the ones who are doing the negative aren't seeing it that way.
That is a for sure. I would say that for sure. But even somebody just viewing, I guess, views it as negative. But it's only negative for those doing the negative things. You know, you're just pointing out negative things. You know, that's usually a positive act.
So it's my fault that it happened?
No, I said you're pointing
out.
I
cannot say anything?
I said you're pointing out negative things. That's usually a positive act to point out something negative. So I don't get why it is being called negative, but
they want to know why I don't run a car out there? What do you think would happen to my car? Any ideas?
They would junk it.
Yeah, like Shane Stewart did, and they all laughed?
Yeah, they would make you pay.
That's right.
They're going to make you pay.
We'll talk on another. When I get time, we'll have your fans break down the Shane Stewart video where he destroyed my car and nobody cared. In a dash.
Well, at least Paul was mad, right?
Like he did. What?
At least Paul was mad.
Yeah, he didn't come over and give me $15,000. That's what he cost me. He wasn't that mad.
Yeah. I guess it was Shane's fault.
Yeah, not his fault. Nobody's fault. Nobody's fault, Chaz.
Okay.
Nobody did anything wrong. Everybody's on the up and up in racing.
This is true.
Should the IRS look into some of these operations, Chaz?
That may not work out good for them. Are you gonna give a tip, or is that what you're gonna tip your local IRS agency?
I'm thinking about it. Do I get a reward?
I don't know. We could look into that. Look into that. Money? So what? Are you trying to blackmail these people? What do you mean need money?
Why would I be blackmailing anybody?
Well, I'm just saying. Either
I have my money. I'm working.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, are we over here saying if you don't fix your stuff up, we're going to IRS tip you?
I'm saying do whatever you want to do. It's America.
But we have rules in America, and the IRS is supposed to regulate those.
Yeah. Are they?
Well, you're saying they may not be, and you may need to help them uphold America.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just think maybe the government should look into some of these things. I'm just guessing.
Right. That maybe you think this isn't right. How's this happening?
I pay my fair share of taxes. I was just wondering if everybody else is.
Yeah. Right.
That's all.
That list could be long, though, in the racing world. Do you think if the IRS did a thorough investigation of every race team out there, that all of them would survive that check?
I'm sure, Chaz. They're clean as a whistle.
The way you say that. The way you say that.
Yeah, what could be wrong?
I mean, who knows, right? I mean, it's the racing world. It's business owners.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got a commenter. Hold on. We got a commenter in here. Named Jeremy Elliott. There's a commenter. Yeah. You ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, he writes a lot of fluff pieces. He doesn't like saying anything.
Oh, he's a gatekeeper, basically.
Yeah, he has to go in the pits and be friends with everybody, so he can't say anything.
I did not say that. You said that. Me and Jeremy had an amazing show. I don't know if you listened to it, but it was.
Yeah, I did.
It was good. He says, "This is what Jeremy Elliott has to say to you, Joe. First off, I have no affiliation with any other show." And never said it was coincidence. I never disagreed with Joe's assertion that it wasn't shady. I've been saying it for a couple of years. I don't think we questioned Jeremy Elliott today, but he feels like he needs to make that statement.
It's all shady out here. sometimes the clocks don't work, the scales don't work, the formats are changed, starts are jumped, and they're calling people back who didn't jump. It all goes on every week. It's all manipulated out here.
Why do they do that? Why don't they try to do it differently?
Well, did you see how Cole Macedo did? The guy who named me Broke Joe. Did you see how Cole Macedo did on Saturday night?
Yeah.
How'd he do? Give me a play-by-play.
Where's the video?
Professional race. Well, he went flipping end over end off turn 3 all by himself, turn 4. He's a professional racer. Get him on the show. He'll tell you he's a professional racer.
Well,
what'd that cost? 10 grand?
Well, was that this last weekend?
Sure.
I think it was him. Who was in the Tarleton car at Chico?
Gage Garcia was in one, and he destroyed the car, and Cole Macedo flipped off the track.
Well, Gage Garcia, I think, is the one that was in that wreck with, I believe, Tarleton. Yeah. That everyone was that. I believe that's what people were saying. Dominic's post was about. I'm sure you saw that Dominic Scelzi post, right?
No, I'm busy working. I'm not on.
Okay. So Dominic Scelzi, he came on his little web Facebook here, and he said, just a PSA. Hold on, let me get it up here. Just a PSA for. I know PSA to you, Joe, means completely different things. When I read it too, I was like, "What? He's in the cards?" But just a PSA for kids coming up into sprint cars on their way to becoming the next Kyle Larson. He says, race with respect. It will get you farther than anything else. I've seen more kids under 20 turn right or left onto cars this year than ever in my life. It's ridiculous, and it's going to get someone killed. These aren't go-karts. They aren't micros, and you're probably not as good as you think you are. These cars are not toys. Don't treat them as such. And I think this was in response to that flip that you're talking about with Gage Garcia. It was on like a restart or a start of the race or something like that.
It was original start, and I don't think it was Gage's. It looked more like it was Torgenson's fault.
Yeah, Torgenson just put a right rear into him. I think that's what he was talking about, is these kids are just driving the cars. It's my track. They're like they own it, you know.
Well, it's the same with Cole Macedo. He's in over his head. He flips off the track, destroyed it, tore up stuff. He happened not to take anybody with him. This is how they drive.
So you're saying it's not just a kid thing; it's a overall thing out there.
No, I'm saying these guys that don't pay for anything. Dominic's right. It's not just young. Oh. Well, the youngers are more vulnerable to this kind of thing because there's more younger drivers. But
and younger drivers are those funded, basically. The younger drivers have the $1 million daddies or mommies to be able to race.
Yeah. Well, Dom's right. This goes back to your age restriction.
Well, I think the age restriction is I think it should actually happen. I think it should be put on to just the premier divisions for sure.
I don't think it should be an age restriction. I think these guys, it's a maturity restriction. I mean, Corey Day could handle the car. Buddy could handle the car at a young age. Gio could handle the car at a young age. Some of these guys are 25 and they still keep.
But this is just like this is similar to drunk driving though, Joe. There's people out there who can get drunk and drive, or they drive fine when they're drunk. But the majority of people aren't fine when they are drunk and they drive. So we had to put laws against everyone being allowed to drink and drive. Just like maturity factor is true, I think that's also why they put an age range on a driver's license, because you can't have a maturity before that age of life. And I think that, once again, you're right. The Kofoids, the Larsons, some of these guys, they may be the guys who can drive drunk, but as a majority of situation, that's not the case. So I think we should put an age restriction on it. Yeah, well, maybe Larson and Buddy can't race until they're older, but that's for the betterment of everyone.
But they're hurting for cars. They don't care. They just want cars in the pits. They want the back gate money. What you should do is when someone like Torgenson's going to swerve down the front straightaway, you should sit him down for a month. There should be a penalty.
Right.
There should be some kind of penalty or a fine. That's the only way you can curb this kind of driving or behavior. But nobody does. He'll be out at Hanford this week. Who knows where he'll be driving?
So you're saying
maybe
that
he'll
people
drive
need
in a Dom.
There's no true penalty box for these types of actions.
There's no penalty box for promoters making bad decisions, and there's no penalty box for drivers making bad decisions. Everyone's just doing what they want. If the NFL had no penalties, what would we have?
Is that why they are trying to shove it down our throat that this is a hobby? Because hobbies don't require professionalism.
I'm not that view. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means.
Well, you hear a lot of people like Larson and some others reference the sport as a hobby. And in a hobby, you don't need professionalism. I've heard him reference it as a hobby of his. It's like a hobby.
Is he talking just sprint car racing? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's talking sprint car. He's talking dirt track. It was an interview prior to the N-word where he said this.
Is it a hobby to David Gravel?
I don't think so. But, I mean, once again, me and Kenny Wallace got into it last year because he tried to blanket it as a hobby. You know? And then that's when he had that whole sprint car payout issue. And he had Brad Sweet on there to say how it's a professional deal for a few guys. But to the majority, it's classified as a hobby because of, you know, it's not a money-making thing. Usually, to go from hobby to professional, it has to be turning a profit. But once again, as you've explained, all the money putting in versus what the money they're taking out lands in the hobby category more. And if that's how they're taking it, then at the same time, the decisions and the choices made on the racetrack are based in a hobby mentality and not a professionalism mentality. So they're not sitting guys down. It's a hobby. Kid made a mistake. Let him come back. And like you said, the back gate is a big deal. That's possibly why the racing is as dirty as it is because there's not actual penalties being placed down on people because they need cars at the racetrack, as you say.
I'm almost done with this screening cycle, so I can...
You're wanting to sit down and talk for hours again today? We're already an hour in. 40 laps to go in the big block race, the Oswego race. 40 to go over there.
Well, do we get any more comments?
Let me see here.
Anybody have any observations of what I'm saying? Does anybody think I'm bad for the show?
Nobody says you're bad for the show. People just keep saying, I'm with you, Joe. Joe, we agree, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Joe isn't towing the line like everyone else. They like it. Joe, I will strike down upon with great vengeance and furiosity, anger those who attempt to poison and destroy sprint car racing. I guess they're seeing you as a preacher. If I had a nickel for every time Joe says, "Oh, I'm the bad guy," I could fund a sprint car team. That's funny.
Would he fund my team?
Oh, I mean, I guess that's what he's saying.
Okay, well, once again, the money's not going to come my way. So
it's never coming your way. It's not. No. It's a dream that'll never come true.
Just think about this. Just think about this for a second. Just think how much of a target Justin was in my car when the two of us were on the same. Just think about that.
Oh, it was hell on earth, I'm assuming, right?
Just think what the people missed because California's out here on an island. Just think how we were treated.
Well, I guess your Shane Stewart video is the greatest example, right?
Well, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Are the other ones not as good?
Well, they come in different varieties. You know, a lot of things aren't on tape. When the Outlaws penalized me for being late to the work area when I wasn't, that's not on tape. That's just your word against theirs. They can come over and lie.
Right.
You know, there's no proof. There's no proof. Joe, that didn't happen. Who are you? I'm a nobody. I can't say anything.
Somebody says they think Joe is excellent for the Cole Macedo promotion group because nobody talks about him this much. I think that's
Yeah,
my
well, then
point.
nobody cares.
I think that's my point with
What do you
this travesty is like it's so bad, but no one talks about it. And is it worth being talked about? Is Cole Macedo worth a mention? What has he done
Well,
to
he
be
likes to
worth
call me-
talking about?
He named me Broke Joe.
Well, I mean, I thought that was what everyone called you, the Snapchat groups and all
Well,
that.
he invented it. He invented it. So he gets that reward. I get to talk about him because he got to talk about me. See, here's the thing. All these things go on. Hello.
You're here, but you did hit some buttons. But
Okay, I'm trying to clean my screen.
Cole
All these
Macedo
things
hit
go
some
on-
buttons with you, it sounds like.
No. I enjoy all this. No, see, I'm done screening now. I can kind of lighten up. It's kind of tense when you're screening and you got ink in the screen.
Well, I need to
You
re-up
know,
my
I can't
coffee.
screen.
Can you talk? I can listen to you while I'm walking around, but I need to get some coffee in me. I need some drugs.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
It's caffeine free.
Do whatever you want to do.
All right, you explain why
We're
Cole
gonna-
Macedo's worth talking about. I'll get this coffee. It'll be 30 seconds.
Because he's the poster boy. He's the poster boy for all this. He has people finance his racing, and he drives over his head, and he crashes into people all the time, and he gets a few results, and then he wants to talk down to a guy like me because he never imagined in his wildest dreams that I'd be on a show talking about it. That never occurred to any of these people. They never could envision that someone like you was going to give a voice to someone like me. It was so out of their range of thinking that they figured they could just say whatever they want. It's like when Peter Murphy canceled the Dash. It never occurred to him ever that somebody would come back and talk about it on a national show. So they do it all the time. I don't know how many examples you want me to give. Chaz, I run the show. Let me go to the computer here. I'm in my shop. I got to go back to my computer. Maybe I can get on the video and see if people are in the chat.
All right, I'm back. I heard everything you just said. So it's more so
Okay,
their
here we
worst
are, Chaz
nightmare.
Live.
Their worst nightmare has come
I got to
true.
go through the YouTube commercials.
You're telling me their worst nightmare has come true, basically.
To see what. Oh, are you back now? Wait,
Can you hear me?
I just went to my computer.
Can you not hear me?
I don't know if the computer's ahead of you or behind you.
Can you hear me on the phone?
I'm looking at the chat.
Pretty sure everyone in the
Can you
chat
hear
can
me,
hear
Chad?
me. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
All right, we'll call that back then. See if that works.
Hello. Are we back on the show?
I guess I came back. All the listeners could hear me, but you couldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. I think the powers that be are shutting me down over here.
Do you really think that's what's happening?
No, nobody cares about this. You got 60 listeners. Maybe someday we'll have 600,000 listeners.
Well, 60 is a lot bigger than what you think. I mean, if Wing Nation goes live on YouTube, they get like 7.
Oh, but their shows are so exciting, Queen Nation. We're going to talk to the same 10 people every year with the same stupid questions every year. Who do
That's
they have
it.
on? Who's the exciting guest? Who's the exciting guest that Steve Post is going to have on in Yuck Fested for 7 minutes? What a great show. What a great show. What insight he's going to give you.
Yeah, I mean, it is true. But he's on
Yeah,
he's
what a
on
great-
NASCAR radio though. He's on MRN. He's big time. We got to be
Wow.
like him.
What an exciting life. He works for the system. Couldn't make it out there in the world.
Is that the
Gotta work
battle?
for the man.
Is that really what it is?
Oh, a lot of things are, yeah. Yeah, well, no one's going to speak up because they're afraid of repercussions at the track. You know, if I speak up, you know, maybe they'll penalize me. I can't speak up against Kyle Larson Promotions, you know, or Brad Sweet. Or no one's going to speak up against the Outlaws. Everyone's going to bow down to the man, Chaz.
Yeah. I can't say shit or I'll get banned from this track or you
Yeah.
know,
They're going to silence you.
yeah, or they'll,
No one wants
You can't even say anything about the drivers, or their crews will circle you in the dark corners.
Nobody wants to know how the sausage is made, Chaz.
They just want to eat the hot dog.
They don't want to know how it's made. It's all done in the dark. We're going to change races. We're going to change the rules at Chico that 2 cars pass the flag stand, and nobody's going to protest. And there's nothing you can do. And they won't change it. They'll say they made a mistake. The incompetence of Colby Copeland's on full display, and it's fine because he's Kyle's best friend.
Is that
and
why
Kyle
it's
helped
fine?
finance Colby. Yeah, because Colby Copeland's racing is partially financed by Kyle Larson because they're best friends. That's what Colby's claim to fame is. He's Kyle's best friend. You'll say, Joe, how do you know this? Because they offered me money, Kyle Larson money, to put Colby in my car. And I said, I'm not allowed to put a chump in my car. I'm trying to win.
Oh, wow. You said that?
I'm trying to win. I don't care about someone's money. You don't buy your way into my car. I laughed.
I did get a message from somebody over there on that side of the state, country, or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had stuff to say. He said, I can't say his name because he's scared to get into trouble, apparently.
Why are they all scared?
I'll read it. He said, I caught you and Joe talking about sprint car racing dying, especially in California, as well as how there's nobody young going or getting into the sport. It's crazy to see how bad they fell at simple marketing such as local media. Look at Silver Dollar's social media or the last week. They had their fall nationals with a huge car count, great racing, and it's nowhere. No pre-race information, no results, no updates, no flow highlights posted. 2 posts all week on their Facebook.
No.
If I didn't have any friends racing there or hadn't seen a clip of a huge crash in the heat race around Twitter, I'd have zero clue that anything was happening out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says, please don't use or show my name if you bring this stuff up. I know people involved in SLC, so don't want anyone thinking I'm bashing Chico. Just thought it was a good example.
Yeah, we don't want the truth out there because we're all scared about the powers that be. That's what that says it all in a nutshell right there. Yes.
Yeah.
There it is. There we go. Joe's going to wind up being right about the incompetence of Colby Copeland and Peter Murphy. Just let it play out. Let's see if they run Hanford this week. Will we run out of water? Will it be too windy? Will there be a tire shortage? Will the clocks not work? Is it going to be too foggy? What's going to happen? You think you can run a smooth program once?
Now, the crazier deal to me there would be what you're talking about happens out there on a small level, but if you expand it, that's kind of what happens out here, even on the bigger levels. Like, there's still these same cliques in Knoxville and PA, and it's maybe not as hidden or as behind the scenes, but it might be just as much or even more behind the scenes because of how publicized the areas are. You know, I think what happens out there happens across the country. You just don't see it much.
Okay, I'm sitting down now. I can look at these comments.
Right.
I like somebody said, I like when Joe shines a light on the seedy dark underbelly. It's like a group of cockroaches, Chaz. When you shine the light, what happens?
They go scattering.
Go scattering.
Super chats are welcome, by the way, you assholes. We gotta pay Joe his weekly due.
Oh, I don't need no money.
Oh,
I earned my money.
I'm just you're on the payroll. It's the only reason we're telling you. I mean,
on whose payroll?
We got you on the California payroll, Tesla.
I wouldn't take no money from anybody, Chaz. I earned every dollar in my life. My car was not sponsored to $1. I took no money from my mom and dad. I didn't rent anything out to anybody. It's all done fair and square on the up and up.
All right, ask Joe about somebody sent this email. It said, ask Joe about this. There are 3 very different racing groups in California. One of them is the social group, ultra rich, old school money supporting racing. They were the first to emulate racing from the Midwest and make it a show to see. Second group is the Bay Area, not super wealthy but not poor, considered to be beneath the socialers, so to speak. And then the Valley, third to the game and poorest of the three in the beginning. I don't know if that's what he's saying, that they're ask if this is true or something. Like there's social people, Bay Area people, and Valley people in the racing world. That's it.
Well, the Central Valley is what changed the sport in the late 80s, early 90s. The rise of Tarleton and Roth and Maury Williams, that changed the whole scene out here. The Central Valley money changed it. If you noticed, the King of the West has been around for, I believe, over 50 years.
Yeah.
But if you notice, like all the tribute and memorial races now, you got Peter Murphy. He has his own tribute race.
Yeah.
And Maury Williams has a tribute race, and Tarleton has a tribute race, and Roth has a tribute race. And they gave Anthony Simone, a guy who spent time in prison. I don't know if he ever won a race, a tribute race. But they don't honor someone like Nick Racino, one of the greatest drivers in the last 50 years out here. Nick Racino, he doesn't have a tribute race. And they canceled the Pombo Sargent race. They don't even have that anymore because we got to fit in the Anthony Simone. So these people are all tributing themselves. They're all honoring themselves.
Wow.
That started in the early 90s.
No sense of gluttony?
I'm just stating what it looks like to me. There's no Nick Racino race. There's no Al Pombo race. There's no John Vial race. The Lloyd Beard race they don't have anymore. If you're not in the Central Valley, you're not going to get a tribute race, is what it looks like.
Wow. So that's the politics.
Well, it's the people who are putting the money in, and they control everything, and they have their own tribute races, and you get together and you say how great they are, and they add a little money to the purse, which is a good thing. But usually their car wins it, or one of their friends wins it, so it doesn't really matter.
And that's what's important, right?
To them. But when you try to grow the sport, all this goes back to trying to grow the sport and grow 410 racing. I'm not the only one seeing it this way. They want you to think that I'm I'm the lone shooter. I'm Lee Harvey. I'm out here by myself. I came up with all this, and everything I'm saying is wrong, and who am I to have my opinion? But I get messages from other people. Nobody wants to be out there on the front line like I do, so I don't care. But
they're scared.
It's out there. Yeah, I don't know why everyone's scared. Scared of what?
They're scared of you, Joe.
There's nothing to be scared about. If you treat me fairly,
I
treat you fairly. I'm doing nothing but just reporting how I see it and how I was treated. And if a race goes off fair, well, I pointed that Justin got a bogus win because Dominic should have won at Merced. Dominic got screwed. And Dom spoke up that week. Dom, to his credit, spoke up that week and said it was Little League run, and I said that's a discredit to Little League because I was in Little League and they didn't run things that bad.
Oh, really? That's what he had to say?
Yeah, he said, well, it's like Little League out here. And I go, no, I was in Little League. They didn't do it this bad. But Dom only spoke up when it affected him, which is disappointing because I think he's kind of the most vocal, well-known guy who's in California, and I wish Dom would talk up when he sees things that are wrong, whether it affects him or not. Right. For the health of the sport. He's the most listened to. He's probably the most followed, and he's the most articulate young guy we have out here. And I think Dom could swing some weight if he would speak up on these things and not just say nothing unless it affected him. So I'm disappointed in that he don't come on the show and say everything that he thinks. Well, the sport ain't growing. It's not like the system they're using is working.
What is the system that they're using?
Well, it's all these shenanigans going on.
As far as?
Well,
the system they're using. I'm talking about the system. You said the system they're using.
Okay, first off, to try to grow 410 racing, the big 410 racing here, King of the West, has run 10 races in California. It's run, I don't know how many, 7 races in Oregon and Washington. To run the whole 410 series, you now have to have 2 engines. You have to be able to leave your job for weeks at a time. You have to be rich to run the 410 series.
Right.
They built a series that only rich people can run the whole series. So how are they going to grow it to where more people run the series when you have to spend $250,000 to run it? I mean, who's the leader of this? Who's making these decisions? Who's the guy at the top that's saying this is how we're going to run a series?
It don't look like it's gonna,
you know. And if you,
I mean, and you're saying we need to get him on here and ask him.
yeah, I don't know anything. These things are all done in the dark. I've had friends that went to the NARC meetings, and there's 4 or 5 guys standing around making all the decisions. And they don't listen to anybody new. So there's no way you can penetrate it. I said on Jeremy's show a year and a half ago, if you want 410 racing to survive, you get Brad Sweet to run the series. You run your 410 at local tracks, quarter miles, where, you know, a guy can buy a 410 for 30 grand to compete. And you're not going to, there's no more Calistoga anyway, but Stockton's a joke. You're going to burn up $2,000 worth of tires, and it's a big horsepower track. If Brad Sweet took these things over, I think people would believe in him. He's the most honest guy we got going out here. He's the best guy we got going out here. And if he ran a series, and he ran 12 races to start off, like the high limit, but he ran Placerville, Marysville, Chico, Ocean, Antioch, and he ran, you know, pick another track if you want. If he ran 2 races each and he put up, you know, $5 grand to win, Brad Sweet could build a 410 series. But the current model that we're going to run up and down the West Coast, and we're going to drive to 18 hours to Skagit and multiple trips to Oregon.
Yeah, at the least they could do that, but make those non-points races. Like if you want to do a swing to Oregon, or you want to go to Skagit for a big race, put it on the schedule, but it's non-points. Like you're not penalized if you can't travel all the way up there.
Yeah, and I'm not in the racing business. I'm over here making money screen printing. They don't hire me to do their thinking, but we're looking at their thinking and we're seeing how it's working out. How's it all working out? How many fans were at Chico this week? Did you see the shots from Cali Dirt when he shows the stands? How many fans were in there? It was a 360 race, granted, but.
So, I mean, is it closer to personal golf contests where it's just your friends showing up and you're all having fun?
I don't know. I'm not running the business. They should be out talking to people and saying, why aren't you going? I mean, I'm not going to give them ideas. Let them do what they want.
By the way, Joe, I know you don't care, but the Super Dirt race is on 200 laps. And they're down to 3 laps to go, and Matt Williamson and Max McLaughlin are in a 3-car battle for the lead. I can't believe they actually are getting close after 200 laps. That's crazy.
Somebody said, have Broke Joe write a song about sprint car racing.
I already have a song in the making. It's almost finished. It's about the
you have one.
Joes.
I have one.
Joe,
I
do have recorded music, so I'm not joking, Joe.
The Police wrote one. It's called King of Pain.
King of Pain? That's what you're calling it?
By the Police. That's what the Police wrote.
Is that the closest thing?
Yeah, King of Pain. That's what they should call it.
I should remix the Richmond, North of Richmond song with something that is like California-based sprint car owner.
But here's the thing. We talk about this. We talked about it last week. We talked about it a month ago. We talked about it a year ago. The show's going to come on the air. People are going to listen to it. Some are going to like it. Some aren't. It's going to go away. Nothing's going to change. And then we'll have the same show.
We had the same show 4 years ago.
That's right. And we're going to have the same show 4 years from now. And this is who it is, because the people involved in the sport are not going to change anything. And it's going to be status quo. And they're going to rig races, and they're going to change things around, and they're going to do whatever they want, and no one's going to speak up, and everyone's scared, and it's going to go right down the tubes, and they're going to say, I'm Mr. Negative. I'm the negative one. I'm the negative one.
I know, Joe. That's why I'm over here with these cards. You see them? I'm over here.
I'm negative if I point out OJ beat his.
Go ahead.
OJ was beating his wife. If OJ's beating his wife, and I pointed out, I'm the negative one.
Hey, man, that's why I see why you do these sports cards deals. It's way less stressful.
No, not really.
Yes, it is.
Not when you're doing what I'm doing.
I saw you made that video with the forger. What's the developments on that situation?
I sent it back to Beckett, and they're grading it and put it back in a holder. Then we'll see how it goes from there. Oh, wait. This is where I've messed up on your show many times. I got to start reading these
The comments, you want to respond to them? I never read the comments.
Did Cole
I don't call it a mistake.
Did Cole Macedo's parents go to Joe and ask to put him in the 121?
Is that what
you want me to answer these questions?
That's you. That's on you.
Well, I don't know if you noticed.
Where did he
there's a
say this?
121.
Okay, there it is.
It's on your channel.
Yeah, that Gage Garcia in them. The 121.
Yeah, no, Caden Steele. Did you notice the Tarleton camp has a 121? Out of all the numbers to pick below me, 120 numbers, they picked my number.
That is funny. You think that's purposeful?
Did you notice that? Well, I'm just saying, they'll say it was just out of the blue. I had that number since 1989, and all of a sudden someone's going to the track, and I picked an oddball number, and all of a sudden somebody else has it. Just a coincidence.
That is funny.
Have Baroque Joe write a song. I'm going to read some of these. Someone said, is Justin Sanders a rich kid? Or an older man who thought he was cute?
Oh, he's talking
Sanders,
about you, Joe. Did you find Justin Sanders attractive?
No. I never thought of it. I don't look at men that way.
Me either. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Sanders started with nothing like I did. That was our common bond. Sanders got shafted on buying parts and engines, and people lied to him like they did to me. That's our common bond. We have a brotherhood of getting ripped off and determination that we're going to beat him anyway. That was our common bond.
A brotherhood of getting ripped off is not the greatest way to start a sentence, but
that's right. There's no bonding like getting effed over by people.
That's true.
Like we were.
That's true.
And I said,
That's
know
how
what?
America
this
was
guy's
founded,
for me.
right? That's how America. Fuck these guys.
I go, this guy's for me. This guy thinks like I do. I go, who else can I get? But look at this guy. I wasn't even looking for a driver. I go, look at this nut. He's out there trying to beat these guys and getting in fights with them. It's perfect for me.
Oh, God.
Someone said, when are we going to have the Kobe Copeland tribute race at Chico? That's probably on the docket.
That's Jordan. That's old Jordan.
Yeah. Ask Joe's opinion of Seeking Arrangements website. Is that a dating website?
I don't know what that is.
Seeking Arrangements. It sounds like some dating website.
Do we need to look it up? Is that what we need to do?
Let me just clarify. I've never been on it. They don't confuse me with Joey Bats. I've never been on a dating website, Chaz.
Seeking Arrangements website. All right. Do we dare click where he just sent us to?
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Meet amazing women on Seeking. Apparently, it is some kind of. Oh, wow! The woman in the red dress is here. Seeking Arrangements. Is
that one of Joey's dates? Should we put Joey's name in?
That does look like. Yes. It looks like you pay for your date on this.
Well, I'm looking for comments now. What's with the Black 21, Caden Steele? You'd have to ask them.
Wow.
Yeah, someone said Gary Patterson lost his tribute race to the Valley. Well, because we got the Anthony Simone race.
And
we got to honor Anthony Simone. A guy that, as far as I know, spent time in prison, and who knows what he did. Why don't you get Peter Murphy on to explain why there's an Anthony Simone race? What did Anthony do to determine a tribute race? And then all the drivers will stand there and say what a great guy he was. Anthony was a great guy. He was really. Everyone's a great guy. No one will say anything. Okay, I got something. I got to bring up, Chaz. I'm going to cause more trouble. Should people tune off right now?
I mean, that's up to what you're about to do. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to be negative. If people don't want to hear negative, I'm urging you to I'll give you time to turn it off and go watch Wing Nation.
Go watch Wing Nation.
Okay. You talk about diversity at the track, right?
Oh, no.
And bringing in fans. Okay. Right, Chaz? Let's talk about this.
Bring on the negative. Okay. They're screaming.
Okay. I didn't create the negative. I'm just going to ask you a simple question, okay?
Oh, no.
I'm going to ask you a simple question for all the listeners.
Oh, no.
A friend of mine, Kevin, who drives for one of my customers a van, and he's a big sports guy. He's African American. Okay, Kevin's African American, and he watches sports, and he knows who Kyle Larson is. Okay. Do you think I should ask Kevin if he wants to join me at the Hangtown?
I know what you're saying, Joe.
Kevin, I'm going to the Hangtown 100. Do you want to bring your friends? What do you think?
It sounds so bad, it's comical.
We're going to take you to the Hangtown 100. Now, I know last year we went to the Lynching 50, but the Slave Owner 25 will be run as a prelim race. But the main thing, Kyle's going to be at the Hangtown 100. You don't think anybody thought we're going to name a race the Hangtown, that might have a negative connotation?
It's not good, Joe.
It's out there.
And
they're all going to show up at the Hangtown.
Isn't that called the Hangtown because down there in the court area of Placerville, that's where they used to hang people?
I'm assuming so, but in 2023, Chaz, do you think that's a proper name for a race that features all white people?
Try to tell them. They don't want to listen, Joe. They don't want to listen.
Am I wrong?
They don't
I'm
want to
just
listen.
bringing it up. Maybe I'm off base.
They want to say that we're being liberal and that we're woke and we're the problem with society by saying these things. That's the truth.
Do you want me to tape my friend Kevin when I ask him?
I mean, he's probably going to be like, "Well, what's that?" and try to not be as offensive. Nobody likes to act offended either, but
Kevin's a pretty straight up guy. Have him come on the show.
Oh God. The Hangtown 100.
We're going to run the Hangtown.
Wow.
We're going to run the Hangtown. Here comes a friend of mine's coming in right now. He's the only professional driver I know.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, hold on.
UPS?
Thank you.
His name's Mark, and he drives for UPS. He's a professional driver.
He makes a living doing it.
He makes a living driving.
I was wondering if I was ever going to be on.
He wants to be on the Chaz show.
Oh, no.
He's a professional driver. This man drives for a living professionally. Let me ask him a few questions.
Is he riding around in the UPS truck listening to our show or something? Or
You can ask me.
No, I'm gonna put on speaker. I'm gonna ask Mark a few questions.
Oh, okay. How's it feel to be a professional? Yeah, ask him the questions and we'll get more coffee.
Let me ask Mark a few questions. He's a professional driver. I want to ask him a few questions. Mark, did your mom or dad buy the UPS truck for you?
No.
Okay, his parents didn't.
No.
His parents didn't drive the UPS truck for him.
No. No.
Do you get paid if you crash the truck too many times? What happens?
You get fired.
Okay, he gets fired if he crashes too much. Where'd you go, Chaz? I don't see you on the screen. Who knows where Chaz went? He leaves me hanging on these shows. I'm supposed to entertain his audience. I guess we got to wait for Chaz to come back. I don't know if he put the show on pause or what. The minute I get a guest on, Chaz runs for cover. I don't know where Chaz went. Well, I'll look at the chat if anyone asks me a question. Someone asked Mark, is it wing or non-wing?
Depends. It depends which one they put me in.
Yeah. He runs wing and non-wing.
I'm running non-wing today.
He's running
non-wing today.
Okay, but you run wing too.
Oh yeah.
You go where the money is.
I just had to get some more coffee.
Yeah, we know you're addicted to caffeine and nicotine and sugar and fat.
Caffeine free.
On the screen.
Caffeine free.
Yeah, here it is.
It's caffeine free. It is.
If they took that, what else did they add to make up for it?
I know. Who knows, Joe? Who knows?
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you read the ingredients of NOS energy drink on the air?
Okay.
Well, what's in that NOS energy drink we're peddling? I heard the brown trucks. You run traction control on your truck, Mark.
Do I run traction control on my truck? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's got traction control. Yeah.
Yeah, I got traction control.
But Mark's a professional driver. Someone said UPS is better than FedEx.
I guess it depends who's got your package.
He says it depends who's got your package.
That would be the person then, right?
What happened to Chaz?
Okay, can you not hear me again?
Yeah. No, now I can.
Okay, well, I was trying to research what you wanted. You can't just be saying stuff and, like, making it happen. It says NOS Energy contains 160 milligrams of caffeine, 54 grams of sugar, and it's 210 calories.
That sounds like a great drink. We should support that company.
Yeah.
We should hold the can up in Victory Lane and hope young kids start drinking it.
What if we search deadly ingredients in NOS? Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
But the drivers will hold the... But they gave us money to race, Chaz. We have to pretend it's a good product. We're going to hold it up in Victory Lane.
Wow.
We're all going to do it.
They got a list.
Sucralose,
Yellow 5. Oh, wow.
Well, it's not Yellow 5. At least it's not Yellow 6.
This thing just typed out a bunch of stuff that's horrible. They got a calcium disodium EDTA preservative in there.
Yeah.
Pyridoxine hydrochloride.
Took the speaker off.
Cyanocobalamin.
Yeah. It's basically borderline
ester
poison.
Gum.
Yeah.
Sucralose.
This is the sport, Chaz. I'm being negative, but they're selling this to the public. I'm negative.
Sodium hexametaphosphate.
You can't even pronounce the words, Chaz. They're making them in a lab.
Well, instead of putting poison, they had to make these big words so that we drink it. You know.
Hey, my professional driver has to go back to work. Thanks for stopping by, Mark.
Wow.
He doesn't get to go.
Wow.
What do you think NOS Energy Drink is selling? But if they give me money, Chad, I'll wear it on my uniform. I'll wear it on my uniform, and I'll hold the can up in Victory Lane. I'll do it. I got mad when Justin put the NOS Energy Drink on my car. He said the Outlaws made him do it. I said, put it on upside down or put a black line through it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are weird.
Car.
I mean, you could say, cigarettes and everything are bad, but I mean, a pack a day of smoker.
You think cigarettes are good for you?
I'm just saying, a pack a day of smoker versus a guy who was to eat McDonald's every day. I think the smoker's going to live longer, Joe.
Really? Why don't you test that out? See if it works.
I don't think I need to. Common sense says so.
So you're saying something negative's okay because there's more negative things? How about you don't do anything negative?
Well, we're born into sin, Joe.
You are. Don't say we over here.
You're born into sin too. You're sinning right now.
Why?
You're taking currency denominations from a governmental body instead of just believing in Christ to provide you your way of life.
So you think if I just sit outside and believe in Christ, my bills are paid?
I mean, there's a bunch of people on Skid Row trying that out right now.
Yeah, and then they're going to steal from me, and they're going to want me to hand them money. I know how it works. Well, Michael Jordan just made the Forbes richest 400 list as the first athlete, right?
This is true.
And where did most of his money come from, Chaz?
Probably sports trading cards.
Came from Nike. Where are those shoes made, Chaz?
Have you seen the Michael Jordan movie about that?
No, is it good though? I should see it.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievably good. Nike wasn't really as nefarious as it was today. Back then, it seems like, but you never know.
Well, it started back in Oregon at University of Oregon.
Yeah. Well, it was a running shoe. Apparently, Michael Jordan's like the reason they even got into basketball shoes. It was like the signing of the century.
Steve Prefontaine was their boy. He was a track star, and his coach was the guy who invented the shoes.
Right, but the movie shows how they would have never got into basketball or anything like we know them today without Michael Jordan, basically.
Well, they took a chance and they hit the jackpot, and they all made billions, and the stuff's made in sweatshops. I'm sure by underpaid workers, and Jordan's a billionaire. Congratulations!
Well, we all have a cell phone, Every cell phone's made through,
Yeah, that's right.
mining labor.
Apple's the biggest. That's why you buy stock in Apple, because they got enough slave labor workers, Chaz. We can make money off their stock.
Yeah, there's more slaves today than in human history. So it's true.
Of course.
Somebody said I'm no
Are we
better
done with
than
the
an
racing?
illegal immigrant, and I don't need to go there. What am I not going? What did I say about McDonald's? I guess they're mad I attacked their McDonald's Big Mac. They're mad that I tried to compare eating Big Macs a day as more dangerous than smoking cigarettes every day. I think it is.
I don't know. Is that been medically proven, Chaz?
Well, I know that there's that guy who does. I know there's that guy who does that Super Size Me video movie. It's like an hour documentary where he does a study where he eats McDonald's only every day for like 30 days. And the hospital at the end of it was telling him like he had all these medical issues and blood pressure and hardening of the arteries, and things were starting to develop that was going to cause more basically pre-morbid status or checkup or whatever. So I would say if he continued to do that, he would have been dead within a year.
Somebody was asking if I knew Fitz Hill at San Jose State. No, he was the football coach in the 2000s. I was long gone by then. I like when we get a little variety here, Chaz. I'm not some simple-minded guy that only knows racing.
Somebody says it's way safer if you consume THC, blood cleansing agents.
Okay, do we got any? It seems pretty quiet here. Now I got to go back.
Well, we're almost to 2 hours, Joe. They're probably asleep almost.
Is that the standard? Is that the standard? You caught me right in the middle of work, and I thought we'd do a show tomorrow for the high limits.
Well, we could do a high limit show. We could do one every day, Joe.
I didn't cover every topic here.
I know when I was in California, you were really good at talking for long periods of time every day. So we can stop doing it in a room and do it to the world. We can make changes, Joe.
Well, it sounds like I get more positive comments than ever. I think the negative people, they've quit listening.
No, the negative people just shut up because they got fucking owned. We made them feel bad for questioning you.
Well, I don't want to make them feel bad. I'd like to discuss anything they have. Anything I'm saying is wrong. I invite anybody to come on the show. And can we get where me and you and can we get 3 people on a line?
Man, I want to try a third person.
That'd be great. I'll answer any questions. If anything I said's wrong, have people come on and correct me. I don't want to sit here and act like I know it all, and then I find out. Remember Tony Gomes corrected me?
Yeah. Tony Gomes did.
I was talking like I knew what I was saying, and Tony Gomes came on and had proof that I was wrong. So I might be wrong on everything.
Well, we'll have to figure out a 3-way caller deal, and it would be cool to have you, me, and Peter Murphy. That would be a good one.
Yeah, have Peter on. Let's talk about what he's doing down there. Let's talk about how he got the job. Talk about how much he's paid and who pays him and who runs the track and what his dreams and hopes are for 410 racing and how he's good of accomplishment. And if he has good ideas, I'll support anything that sounds good.
I'm sure even if I was to propose that to any of the guys out there, they would all be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going on there with Joe. No, we don't need to do that.
Well, see, they always try to discredit guys like you, Chaz. They'll say, oh, Chaz is a loudmouth, or Chaz is this, or Chaz is that, or he don't know what he's saying, or I don't like Chaz's attitude on that. They're always going to discredit it. They're always going to say, they're always going to discredit what we say. They're not going to get into what we're actually saying, whether it's right or wrong. They deflect. It's a deflection technique, and they're going to put you down.
Yeah, deflect and ridicule.
And I don't know how many of these shows we got to do, Chaz. You're wearing me out. We've done. We're going to talk about the same thing every day.
I didn't run out on the fucking track and put the brie down. I didn't go over there and force them to call it a completed lap when it obviously wasn't. I mean, they're doing it, not us.
That's right. I pointed these things out. And
I'm not putting a watch on his fucking wrist.
I pointed these things out, and 4 days later, Chaz, it happens right before your eyes again. I almost predict it's going to happen. Joe Stradamus, and then we watch it happen. I said the people who run these tracks are incompetent.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it any clearer. And what happened? They left debris on the track for the leader to run over, happened to be Justin, and then they made a call, an incorrect call on a split yellow, happened to be Justin. Happened to be Justin. A coincidence, Chaz?
That's what they would say.
Coincidence. Just out of 59 cars, 2 incidents happened within 24 hours. It just happens to be the guy that Joe talks about, the guy that Joe supports the most, just happened to fall that way. Coincidence.
That's what they want us to believe.
Okay. So when Kyle stopped, because Rico didn't see the white, what driver did it hurt? Justin. Took him out of the dash.
That's always the answer, isn't it?
It just happened, just randomly, Joe. These things just seem to happen to him. Just 50 cars in the pits, and guess what? When Peter Murphy changed the lineup at Hanford last year in a no-passing track and changed the outcome, who did it affect? Just random. Just random. It's just random, Chaz. It could happen to anybody, Joe. You're complaining.
Okay.
When Shane Stewart wiped out my car in the dash and destroyed $10,000 to $15,000 in equipment and our chance to win 20 grand, who did it happen to be? Who did it happen to be? Can you guess?
It happened to Broke Joe.
When Colby Thornhill's car is parked in turn 3 on the last lap and they don't throw a yellow, show me another race. Anybody out there in the country where a car is stopped in turn 3. Did you show that video to your viewers?
Yeah, I showed it. Yeah, I can bring it up again. I think I got it.
There's a car stopped in turn 3. They don't throw a yellow. Who did it affect? When a car is on fire, in a sport we talk about safety and fire extinguishers, when a driver is bailing out of a car with a lap and a half to go and they don't throw the yellow, that driver, who knows what could have happened to him, the burns he could have suffered. Who did it affect? Randomly, could have been anybody, right? But who was it? Who did it affect the most? Okay,
Justin
I don't.
Sanders.
Do I need to rest my case, Chaz? I mean,
we
do I
got
need
the
to keep
video of
going
the
on
car
about...
sitting at the top of 3 right here as you slow-mo it as he's coming to the checkered. Car spun out, stopped. Leader in 3.
There it is. There's a car
green.
stopped on the track.
Keep it green and let's keep this Sanders boy from winning.
Well, I'm just saying he might not have won. Shane looked faster Saturday. Shane might have run him down and passed him anyway late in that race. I'm not saying Sanders would have won. I'm just saying what they did wasn't fair.
Right.
I mean, Shane was awfully good the last 15 laps. It looked like he was going to drive by him no matter what he did. But I'm just saying what they did was wrong. Right. That's beside the point. You don't know what might happen on a restart.
Okay. I got you. I got it. I think we need to get a third. We got to figure out a way to get a third person in here.
Get Dominic Selzy on the phone.
With Broke Joe.
Get them all on. Get them all on together. Get those 2 guys on together. You don't need to be on with me.
Why? You want me to take all the stuff you've said and then try to defend it on my own?
Oh, okay. I have to defend what I'm saying? The truth has to be defended?
Oh, no. I questioned.
Okay. No, come on. I'll do whatever you want.
No, you'll do whatever I want. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll be
Anything
on
else you want to say?
show.
Do you have any advice for me in my sports card world? I sent that Kenny Pickett in. I sent that Kenny Pickett in to PSA to get graded.
Look it. Listen, Chaz. You're talking about something that I study.
I know.
I've spent thousands of hours studying this sports cards. I know exactly what I'm doing. You're just a guy hoping and guessing and hoping to hit the lottery, and good luck.
Okay.
Good luck. Tell me how it works out.
Well, no, I could do what you do on a minuscule level and try to build up. There's different options. I got that option too.
Okay, so you're just
I'm
blindly
talking
buying
about
cards.
how you buy a $2,000 card, hoping it could go to $15,000 or whatever. I could be doing that I could be buying $100 or $200 card and hoping it's $800 or $900, and then could
but I'm not talking about hoping, Chaz. I'm not talking about hoping. We can all hope for everything. I've done it.
Right.
I'm not in the hoping world. You're in the hoping world, and I hope it works out for you. And it's really cool, and hats off to you, and you know, the usual.
Well, no, I'm just curious.
I'm talking about studying. I'm talking about studying something, knowing it inside and out, and you. There's no. I'm not guessing. There's a slight guess on certain things, but aren't you just buying cards in a box and pulling them out and hoping for the best?
No, I'm researching the cards and the values and researching the box and what prices.
So you're buying and reselling.
I'm researching what's selling and what people are buying. Hell, they're buying spots just to open a box, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. It's gambling. That's gambling.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not in the gambling world, Chaz. I'm not in gambling. I'm long-term investor.
Right.
I'm not into gambling. I'm not into flipping cards. I'm not into any nuttiness. I'm into long-term investing. I'm talking, look at trends for the last 20 years and what's going to happen and where things are headed. Not,
right.
You know, Kenny
I'm
Pickett
in the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm penny stocking, you know.
Yeah, penny stocking. Let me know how that works out.
Well,
call me when you buy your first house.
Yeah, right.
For anybody gambling, here's my bottom line on gambling. Show me the place that you went in and placed your bets. Take a picture, and then show me the place where you live, and I'll determine who I think the winner is.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so I need to just stop the investment, stop trying to make anything of myself with this sports car deal. Just end it.
I gave you advice. I gave you financial advice over here what to do with your money, and I'm sure you won't do it, so it don't matter.
What do you mean? I've already done every one of them.
How many shares of Tesla do you own?
Well, Tesla stock is expensive, so.
Okay. How many shares of Apple?
I want to own one share of each thing that I go for, and I'm not coming at a big budget. That's a ridiculous notion to claim anyway. I'm not coming in with a budget to be able to put thousands or tens of thousands of dollars into these shares.
You can buy a share of Apple for Apple's like $175 today.
Yeah, it's one share, right? Do you want to have any diversity to the portfolio or no?
Well, I don't know how big your portfolio is.
Right. Well, you got to start.
You're saying it's better to buy a Kenny Pickett card. It's better to buy a Kenny Pickett card than put your money in Apple stock because you might get lucky.
Well, these cards are closer to stock in a way. They do move. They do shuffle based on how the player performs, you know. So, I mean, like Kenny Pickett was hot to start the year. You know, now he's questionable. So his values have went down. Like his original, $4,000 or $5,000 cards are down into 1,500s now. You know, and then you got hot rookie cards that people want based on the projection of a quarterback's career, like a C.J. Stroud or something like that. So
you're saying you have enough information to spend hundreds of dollars on this investment strategy, and 3 to 5 years from now, it's going to come out ahead of the game. Is that what you're telling me?
I think if you do anything right, that eventually will happen.
I'm talking about you, though. Show us on your site your investments and how much you're investing and how much you sell them for, and then we'll look at your cards and my cards, and we'll look for the next 3 or 5 years. I'll put all the prices I bought mine for, and you buy yours. Well,
that's not possible because you're years ahead of me. That's how that works. It's all building process. That's the ridiculous claim.
But we'll just talk percentages. We're not talking about overall amount. We're talking percentage gain.
Okay.
We'll talk percentage gain. Now, I've already bought multiple cards for less than $2,000. Yeah, you have an inventory.
I don't really have it. I have somewhat of an inventory, but I've only put in like $200. So, I've only put in like $200 to potentially have a $900 card with the Kenny Pickett. I got a couple cards that are $190, a couple cards that are $50.
But did you specifically buy Did you specifically buy this card, or did you pick it randomly out of a box?
I picked it out of a box, so the random factor did play. But I got to build an inventory somehow.
But he might have got lucky that it was in the box. He could have not been in the box.
Right, he could have not been. That's why I have these other ones right now.
So it's a form of gambling. It's a form of gambling.
It is a form of gambling. Even okay. I mean, it's a form of gambling that could lead you into the trading aspect. But to get to that point where you have things that are worth trading, you have to. But you're gambling. Collect an inventory.
You're gambling money in hopes of building up a money to invest the money. Is that what you're doing?
Well, it's just a tangible stock. It's just, to me, that's what I'm looking at it as, like little stock pieces. And you got to get the stocks that are worth things. You know, unfortunately or fortunately, in this sports car deal, it seems like the gambling aspect.
But you randomly picked this card out of a box,
right.
Is what I'm getting at. You didn't go out.
And that's why I don't see it as 100% gambling, because it's still, you have to do it to get an inventory.
You have to do what? You have to gamble?
You have to get these cards to even get into the trading aspect. Now, you can just sit on eBay and hope that you buy a card that's worth $2,000, then you get it for $500 or $600, but that's just as hard as
well, you have
spending
to have
$600 on inventory.
You have to have knowledge of what
I looked
at
it as like I could spend a few hundred on getting a quality card that I've researched that I know is worth more than what it's about to sell for, which is the trade aspect. Or I looked at it as I could get a couple hundred into boxes and get some inventory. Maybe I'll get lucky and hit a Kenny Pickett card, or I won't, and I'll just hit a couple of random ones, and I'll use that to start in the trade investment way of the sports card industry. Because I don't think opening and breaking is not the smart way, but I think that may be the cheaper way to build a credible inventory, if that makes sense.
But why don't you just go down and play the local state lottery?
Because once you hit that scratch off and you lose the scratch off, you throw it away. It's paper. It's not worth anything. At least when you go and buy these boxes, you're getting something that is worth something no matter what. Like, you don't open these boxes and not make your money. You could open a $60 box and you're not gonna get 100. I mean, the lottery is when you hit one of those Kenny Pickett's or something, or you get $40 worth or $20 worth of cards out of it. It's never a zero. That's my point. In that aspect.
Well, do you know anybody who owns any Kyle Larson or Jeff Gordon cards you can get signed?
Getting signed, I think, is harder than you think, but not for the people I think you're talking about. Honestly, I should put this damn thing behind me on eBay. It is, it's the guardrail protector of the Chili Bowl from Kyle Larson's last victory. You know how they put the guardrails around the cars?
Someone asked, what's a Cole Macedo card worth?
Cole Macedo cards don't exist. We're talking about relevant things. We're talking about professional
someone
athletics.
said, how come we're not talking about Tanner Holmes? We should talk about Tanner Holmes.
No.
Didn't he do a great drive Saturday night? He went from 16th to 7th or 16th to 9th. What did he do Saturday?
That was great, huh?
Well, he showed progress. This is what I said about Tanner. He showed progress.
Yeah. He did do that.
Now I got to read the comments. Someone said, Joe, what are the best packs to rip? I don't rip packs. I buy individual cards.
I'll rip some packs. Actually, how I'm going to do it, Joe, is there's some packs that I want, There's some players I think are, because in these draft pick deals that I got, they're the cheapy ones that are out right now. I have some players I think are going to be good, so I kind of want them. But they actually sell on eBay spots in the packs, Joe. Spots. So, like,
someone said here,
I can sell a team.
I'm reading your messages.
I could sell a team.
I'm getting off your
Joe.
cards. I hate when I go back to these comments the next day and I don't answer the questions that people have up. I go, man, I should answer that.
You can't listen to these monkeys out here.
Well, this is your fan base. You're trying to get them to $5.
They haven't even sent a super chat. None of them even care. They're just here to watch us fail.
Well, someone said something about Shane spinning out a car on the last lap. Is that true? Oh, someone knew the lyrics to "The King of Pain."
Are you proud of that?
Yeah, you have somebody who knows something.
Tanner Holmes. This is Saturday. I'm not seeing Tanner Holmes in the feature results. Oh, that's Friday. Sorry. Yeah, +7. 16th to 9th. 16th to 9th.
Well, for a track he's never run, to go out there and move into a top 10 with a good 40-car field or whatever it was.
Brent Marks. Past Brad
right.
Sweet. Past.
We got, people
Brian
think I'm
Brown.
always against Tanner Holmes. But we got to hand it to Tanner Holmes here. This is the Tanner Holmes show. We got to end up for people who hang in this long. We got to applaud the Tanner Holmes performance. That's a big fast track. He's never been on nothing like that, and he ran it. What did he do again? He ran it up to 8th. What did it say he did?
9th. But he passed Brad Sweet, Brent Marks. I mean, he passed these guys.
That's right. That's right.
Port Royal.
So we got to hand it to Tanner Holmes. I don't want people coming on saying I'm against this guy because he got his ride because he was on a YouTube channel, which was bogus. But if he performs, I said if you keep him out there. What does Joe think of the Macri back in the 39 rumors? Am I supposed to comment on these things?
It's not a rumor anymore. It's all over Facebook. But
yeah, this was no surprise.
Thank you, Fish of Small Waters. You care. Thanks.
Pull up the flow replay. Golubic spun a lapper out of turn 3 on the last lap.
Where at? Okay. Which one are we looking for?
The Fall Nationals. Somebody said that, we'll go back to dirt track. Are we going to go into a 3-hour show? I
mean, this is what people are doing to us. I don't see the flow replay. Where is a flow replay? I don't see one.
Well, I'm going to the.
I got the Cali Dirt video.
I'll see it better on Cali Dirt. I don't need.
Yeah, I mean, for the California stuff, I guess this Cali Dirt's just where you go.
Well, he shows different angles. He shows different angles. Okay, I got it here with 2.5 laps to go.
And he spins out a lap car, you're saying.
Let's see. Okay, there's 2 laps to go. He just crossed the line. He's up high in 1 and 2. He's got the racing control here, kind of. He doesn't mess up. He's coming up behind, I think, John Clark, the number 12 car. Takes the white flag, goes high into 1 and 2. Okay, let's see what happens here. They go into turn. Yeah, Golubic hit the guy and spun him out. How come there's not a yellow flag? There we go, Chaz. He spun out John Clark in 3 and 4. Why didn't they wave a yellow? Because you have the whole field of cars bearing down on a stopped car again. Here we go again. A car was good. See?
Wow.
I didn't pick this up. Wow. Here we go again. Why didn't the yellow come out?
Oh, my God.
Why didn't the yellow? See, this is why I got to listen to the comments.
God.
Why didn't the yellow come out?
Oh God! Why?
Get Kobe Copeland on the show, and why didn't the yellow come out? I don't know if he hit that car. That guy might have spun on his own. Oh, he did a 360 and kept going.
Oh, he did keep going?
He might not have hit that. Well, we got the in-car camera here. Let me see if Shane touched him. Yeah, the guy did a 360, but in the All-Stars, isn't that automatic yellow?
Just the same as, yep.
I don't even know if Shane hit the guy. I don't think he did. I got to look at his own.
It may be a little bit of a tap, but it ain't a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's see here.
They get a few of the grandstands. What do you think?
I think he did it.
You think he did tap the guy?
Yeah, he tapped.
I don't think he did.
Not a lot, but just enough. You can kind of see it. Pow!
Huh.
You could see the chassis kind of jolt.
Oh, on the in-car camera?
Yeah, you could see the lap car get that hit.
Okay, let me ask you this: if Justin did that, do you think they'd throw the yellow?
Oh yeah, they probably black flag him, put him back 2 spots.
Rough driving?
Yeah. Got to treat those lap cars with respect. Wow. You're right, though. We didn't come here and see this and look for this.
Well, I can't, there's so many things when people start looking closely to
That's
dissect.
Crazy.
I can't figure out everything.
That's just insane. Why do they do that, Joe?
I think we know
why do they do it? What's the purpose?
Say, Fish in Small Waters gave you $4.
I know. So that'll work out to $3.75 or something.
Jordan said Justin would have been sent to the back.
I think so. I think that's what would happen.
Well, I think the thing is, Justin. I can't speak for Justin, but it's looking like he won't be spending much time in California. and he'll move on.
Well, but
So
where's
there's
he
no
going to
reason
go?
to help him.
The 39M's gone now.
Anything. I can't say anything, Chaz. Come on.
So he does have. So hold on. So that would have been my deal with the 39M deal. Is like, what's Justin going to do now? You're saying we can think he is going to do something though.
Well, I don't know what he's going to do, but let me just say the way he handles himself, and anybody that meets him, and anyone knows him, there's people who are going to offer him things, and what they are, I don't know yet. And
Tony Stewart Racing. Somebody said TSR.
There's offers. Look, when you earn it the way he did, there's some people who appreciate this. He drives clean. He's pretty much top 10 the majority of races he's run. Top 5, a lot of them on tracks he's never been to. So I think car owners kind of see this, and I think he'll have opportunities to do whatever he wants to do. I'm sure he doesn't know yet. I mean, the season hasn't even ended yet. But I'm just saying his chances are he'll run less and less in California as time moves on. So why? I mean, Golubic's going to be here his whole life. This is it.
And then I'm hearing that Justin's still going to be in the 39M for Lincoln Park tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
And then Macri's back this weekend or something.
Yeah.
So everything happened.
Yeah,
everything that's positive, right? I mean, family split up. Justin Sanders gets a national shot. Family comes together. Justin still gets to drive the car, and based on your optimism, he's going to have a national ride next year, and not in.
Well, I don't know, national. There'll be
he's not going to be in California.
I'm just saying he'll run California probably less and less as time goes on. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he'll be running every $1,500 run around all over the state type thing like he did for 15 years. But you got to remember, Chaz, you always poo-poo history. You think if things happened more than 20 years ago, they're insignificant. And, history repeats itself.
Right.
And, and this is, you don't seem to know things, but you got to remember, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton got married a second time, and that didn't work.
Wow.
So I'm just saying that I don't know if all the problems are solved.
Right. That's a fair statement. Based on the
saying you never know what's going to happen out there.
Yeah, it seems to be more personal issues. Personal issues usually don't go away easily.
It's as I always say on your show, I wish people the best. I'm not here to be anything other than point out what I see.
Right.
Everybody's journey through life, live your dreams, be whatever you can be.
Right.
But if I think things don't look right, I'm going to point it out. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. It's 2 hours. We need to save these people's lives.
You called me right in the middle of work. You're holding up the money train over here.
I know. That's what I'm doing, too. I got to go mail some cards.
I've got cards down at PSA, and
I got one, too.
I got 2 Hank Aaron's and a Willie Mays, and I'm waiting for another Willie Mays to show up to go down with another Hank Aaron. Hank and Willie are my boys.
Well, I mean, if you want to be on the the Prism break tomorrow, let me know. Selling them.
Oh wait, Mike Ziski. Oh, this is great. Shane's uncle chimed in. I think the rule is the leader plus 2 cars, even if they are lapped. He said, "Okay, here we go." Shane's uncle's going to protect little Shane. He says, "I think the rule is the leader."
Who is Shane's uncle? Where do you see this?
Mike Ziski. He commented on the Cali Dirt video 17 minutes ago.
On the Cali Dirt video?
Well, let me break down what he's saying. You ready?
Hold on. I want to get it on the screen. I want to get it on the screen so we can see what you're talking about.
Okay. Go to the Cali Dirt video comments.
Okay. Maybe he just put it on there and I'm not seeing it. Hold on.
It was 17 minutes ago. This is my favorite part of the show. This is why I will come on for this.
Okay. I see it. It's a reply. Okay.
What does he say?
He said yellow light is on. Your comment you put on there.
Okay. Read what he says. He says, I think the rule is 2 plus Okay,
cars.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Okay.
He says, I think the rule is. He doesn't know the rule. He says he thinks the rule is the leader plus 2 cars, even if they are lapped. He thinks that's the rule.
Okay.
So he's saying lapped car. He's saying lapped cars lap cars now count as cars passing under the flag. Chaz, you ever heard that?
Right, but I still don't think there's lap cars that pass. So why?
That's
would
right.
that
That's right.
matter?
Let's go back to the video, and then you want me to read the rules from Silver Dollar Speedway that Mike Ziske he couldn't go to Silver Dollar and get the rules right? You want me to read it? Because he thinks he knows the rules. I'm going to read you the rules. I texted you the rules. He thinks there's 2 lap cars. He thinks this is legit. This is what I'm saying.
Well,
You're dealing
I
with
just
people.
paused it once again, and you can see the yellow light just came on at the top right. And there's
That's right.
Golobic and Sanders entering one, and then you could see Brooks
That's right.
hasn't even passed the line yet.
This is perfect. We got a reply from a member of the Golobic family, and he's completely wrong on everything he's saying and delusional. There's no 2 cars. The yellow light's on, and he doesn't even know the rule. He's wrong on everything he's saying. This is the world they're in.
And what is this world?
Mike Ziske. What?
What is this world? What is the world they're living in?
This Shane Golobic earned it fair and square world.
Wow.
He has his head up his ass. This guy has his head up his ass. Mike Ziske's an a-hole. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's commenting behind the keyboard. Get him on the show. Everything he said's wrong. You can't read the rule right. He's saying, I think the rule is the leader +2, even if they are lapped, which it was. Pause it at 1344, Chaz. Put it on your screen. Point out to the people the yellow light in the cars.
I just did, Joe. I mean, we could do it again, but...
Okay, can you go to Silver Dollar Speedway?
Right
go to
here.
Silver Dollar Speedway and read the rule. Read the rule for Mike Ziske because he couldn't read the rule right. He couldn't comprehend it.
Okay.
He's probably too busy having a heart attack over there.
Why is he having a heart attack?
Because he has a diet like yours.
My diet is nice. I don't eat
we'll
negative
see.
Clean. I eat very clean.
Go to Silver Dollar Speedway. Let's read the rules.
I'm
Let's
a
read the
vegetarian.
rules. Mike Ziske.
No, I can't have you lie about me if you're going to lie about all these nice people over here in California. My diet's clean, buddy.
Okay, come on. Driver info. Go to the rules, Chaz. Silver Dollar Speedway. I want to finish the show. I got a business to run. It's killing me.
Okay, here comes the back to the deflection of the comment towards me, and okay, I see how you do it.
It's not all about you, Chaz. Come on.
Oh,
I got to finish
made
up
a
here.
me comment, so now it is. So, all right, where's it at?
Okay, you're in great shape, Chaz. Nothing's going wrong over there. Come on.
Well, as far as diet, no. As far as cardiac, maybe need to get some.
Let's go to the rules, Chaz. Silver Dollar Speedway. Let's read
I'm in the rules. Are you up to date, sir, or are you delusional like you are with these
Silver Dollar
negative
Speedway
comments towards all these nice people of California?
Silver Dollar rules. Are you pulling the rule down?
Where is it at? I'm looking at weight, ignition, fuel cell, radiator. Where do they got them? Where's the race procedure rules?
It's down towards the bottom.
Okay.
It's in dark letters, so Mike Ziske can read it.
Yellow
Split
flags.
is scored after the first 3 or more cars. You see it down there? It's down pretty far.
What's the number on it? Yellow. Is it on the yellow flag?
It's on page 16.
Is it under yellow flag?
Yeah. See, it's in dark letters. Split yellows. It says it in dark letters.
There's a lot of dark letters on the page, Joe.
Page 16. Yellow flag / scoring. Split yellows.
Okay. Split yellows. Split is scored after the first 3 or more cars pass under the start-finish line. The cars past the line are scored as is, and the remaining of the field that was under yellow will be lined up by the previous last lap. No consecutive back-to-back split yellows or yellows immediately after the red.
Does it say anything about lap cars for Mike Ziske? Does it say top 2 +2?
No, it says first 3. Needs 3 cars.
So what? So let's go back to Mike Ziske's comment. What was he? Read his comment again. He thinks he thinks it was properly scored.
He says
he married into the Golobic family.
The rule is leader +2.
So where did he get that from? They're making up rules, Chaz. See, he'll post this on a site and have people believe that my comment was wrong. That's what I'm getting at.
Right, and we're literally looking at 2 cars. There's no lap cars in between any of it.
But he's wrong. He's wrong on both things he's saying. He's saying he doesn't know the rule, and he doesn't even know how many cars are in between. We pause it at 1344. This is the people you try to talk to. if you go to the pits, this is what you're talking to.
And you want to have him on a three-way conversation live on YouTube.
Well, what is the conversation going to be? He's wrong on both counts.
Right.
What is there to talk about?
Right.
He's on the Cali Dirt video responding to my comment about the rules, and he's saying the rules wrong, and what's he saying? There's 2 cars in between.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
The guy, he's seeing ghosts. That's how biased people are, Chaz. This is what I said on your show about a car wreck. 5 people could see it. He doesn't even know what he's seeing. His glasses are fogged up. And he'll argue this point.
That's bad.
These people will get in arguments with you at the track. Oh, how do you argue with people that don't even know what they're talking about? He mentioned 2 things in one sentence, and they're both wrong. And he'll go to the track and argue with you. This is the pit area. This is Kobe Copeland will say the same thing. Golubic's family will say the same thing. He's speaking for the Golubic family here.
Wow. Unbelievable, Joe.
He came in my shop representing the Golubic family when Golubic used to drive for me. He's a know-it-all, Mike Ziske. Get him on the show. Get him on the show for an hour. Talk racing with Mike Ziske. See, this is what happens. When one of these people talk and they open themselves up to things, you see how stupid they are. That's why they're all hiding.
That's why they're all up. That's
why they're all hiding.
They don't want none of that. The flashlight. They're running from the flashlight.
But he didn't know we'd read this comment and put it on the Chaz show. He thought he was going to make this comment and just go away.
And who's responsible for that? That piece of shit Chaz guy.
Yeah, we're the bad guys again, Chaz. We're being negative.
Yeah, we are.
Anybody else have a comment?
We're not circling and jerkling.
Someone wrote, Mike Ziske married into the Golubic family, for those who don't know. He's part of the cult. He gets to go to every race and stand around with his hands in his pockets, being an authority. That's his job.
Someone said, put them high beams on, Joe.
Anybody else want to speak up? Anybody else have an opinion? Hey, I got to say, though, Chaz. I just got to say, Tony Gomes called me out, and I was wrong. I admit it when I'm wrong.
Yeah. Gomes got you.
Look at Tony Gomes made a comment, and I go, you know what? He's right, and I'm wrong. So an A+ for Tony Gomes for straightening me out, and I'll be the first to admit when I'm straightened out. But if you're not straightened out,
look out. It's coming.
That's right. We're going to hide because we're going to go. Mike Ziske is going to go to Hanford next week and stand and talk to Peter Murphy.
High Beam Joe's coming.
No, I'm in my shop working. People go, why don't you go to the races? I go, I run a business. What do you think? This is 40 hours a week? You think I became a millionaire by working 40 hours a week, Chaz?
Well, you know how to play the piano, so it don't matter.
You want me to play King of Pain again?
Oh, my God.
There's a little black spot on the sun today.
Wow.
Oh.
All right,
so you
we gotta
can't hang
go.
up. You know, okay,
Go.
okay, here's one thing I don't like. One thing I'm going to complain about, Chaz. I looked at your videos for the last 2 weeks, and I knew you were going to call me because I have the highest rated videos. So I go, look at Chaz. He's going to use my rating.
Jeremy's actually the biggest one, but...
No, he doesn't. Jeremy got like 2.7. I'm into 4. Come on.
Both of my Friday shows were the most successful.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
I got 4,000 views. Jeremy's at 2.7. Come on.
Jeremy's only been out for half the time. Come on now.
Okay, you want to bet?
It's only been out for half the time. It's been out since Friday. Yours has been out since what was it? Last Wednesday.
Come on, you know how these views decline as the days go by. You're saying he's gonna lap me all of a sudden?
I don't know if he'll lap you, but it is a really good discussion. You know.
What is?
The one
I'm good for ratings?
Jeremy had.
Yeah, it was good. I listened to it.
I think Tanner Holmes sold your show. People tuned in to see what you were saying all about Tanner Holmes.
That's right. You throw these clickbait thumbnails up there. I have no control over that.
Hey, I mean, with the things you say, it's not hard to come up with clickbait titles. It's real
Just
easy.
put Joe's dating Taylor Swift. Just put Joe's dating Taylor with
no,
because
that would be a lie. That would be a lie.
Oh, well, how about Winona Ryder?
These other clickbaity ones, they're not liars. That's the problem.
Well,
I put a big quotation. I put big quotation that says, "I'm just a crybaby over you." You say that all the time. I'm the bad guy. I'm the crybaby. It's not hard with you.
Well, I hope
it's not hard with you.
I'm hoping Cole Macedo calls.
How many quotes do you think I could put out off of this video? The things you said about Cole Macedo.
Okay, I got one last thing to leave you with. Okay. Okay. I'm just in the mood to get in trouble with everybody. You know who the Tarleton crew chief is? Drew Warner?
Yeah, Ricky Warner's son or something?
Wait. You're kidding me. I didn't put that together. You're saying Drew Warner might have got a job because his dad is Ricky Warner? Wait a minute. Is that what you're implying?
I just said that's how I know who that is.
Okay. He's a professional crew chief. He gets paid through crew chief, right? Am I right?
I guess. I don't know. I didn't know if he's buddies or what.
Full time. He's been there full time for 2 years now, right? Okay, and I'm not looking to cause trouble. I just want you to look up how many races has he won in the last 2 years and how many attempts. How's his record as a crew chief? How's he doing?
Well, I mean, they've had a couple different drivers in the car. How would I look that up? Do they have a Tarleton 21 stat? I mean, is there
other than bringing
Stats.com or what? How do I even find out?
Maybe we'll call him up, get him on the show.
Oh my God! Why do you want these people on my show, Joe?
Well, I'm just curious how many races he wins. Well, this is where I got to hand it to Shane. You know, I got to give him credit. You know, Shane, I think, does all his own crew chiefing and driving, and one of the top guys out here.
Yeah.
You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
These guys are professional crew chiefs. Got a job on their dad's name, and they go out and work for a professional team that spends hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Ohio Dirtbag says that's the car is fast though, not the wrench's fault. He can't get Cole to make more than 3 fast laps before he detonates the ride.
They could have hired Justin Sanders a couple years ago.
The 21, the car itself does look fast.
You mean when it's flipping off the end of the track?
But the point that the guy is making is that the wrenches ain't flipping it off the track.
Well, that's a good point. But who is deciding who drives it?
Isn't there family relations between Macedo and Tarleton?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Isn't it uncles or something?
It says all the secret, ain't it, Chaz?
No one knows. They're just hired because they're the best California drivers out there.
Really?
That's
can't put
what
Landon
people
Brooks in the
think.
21?
Same. I would think people would assume or presume that.
Put Landon Brooks in the 21.
Yeah, but I think Gage Garcia is going to it because that's another family member, right?
I'm sure there's a relation there.
Isn't Gage Garcia's? Isn't that Carson and Cole's nephew?
I don't know the family tree. They don't. It's all a secret.
I thought it was.
You want me to come out with a black car with Tarleton on it?
No. Where does this come from? I didn't say nothing like that.
Oh.
You should put that.
I just wanted to close the show. I'm just trying to close the show on a positive note.
As we all knew you would, Joe.
Okay. Have we broke the record for the longest? I saw that Dave Chappelle did the longest stand-up once. It was over 6 hours. We're not trying to break Dave Chappelle's record, are we?
We're not breaking any records. I started this live idea on doing like an hour every day, and it never stays at an hour every day. I mean, Friday was 2 hours during the day, 2 hours at night, 3 hours during the day, and every show's been 2 hours pretty much. So.
Well, it's the Mike Ziske hour. He's going to read the rules to us and explain what we're seeing when Shane wins.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'm just happy to answer Mike Ziski's questions. If he has any more questions, he can call into you or do more comments.
We'll probably
he
do
can
a
read the rules
segment.
to us.
We'll do a segment tomorrow saying, argue broke Joe, and I'll be like, if you disagree, call in with everything Joe's been saying. But none of them will call in, Joe. None of them
Why?
will. I don't think any of them
Tony
will.
Gomes call in.
I don't know. I don't think they'll call in. I think they don't want the drama,
Why is what do you mean, what drama?
They see as what I say as these idiots. They see what we do here as just causing drama. Pointing out what they do or what they may have done wrong is just causing drama. We're all about drama.
No, we're all about Justin getting races stolen from him.
Yeah, we're all about pointing out what's wrong. But those who are doing the wrong
That's
see it
okay.
as drama.
It's okay for them to take money out of Justin and Demo Mitri's pocket.
If you point
okay.
it out, you're just focusing on the drama.
I'm not focusing on drama. I'm talking about money lost for a hardworking man.
That's not how
they stole money.
That's not how the people who took the money say. They don't phrase it that way.
Of course not. Maybe Mike Ziski rewrote the rules. I wouldn't doubt if that rule's changed tomorrow. Take a picture of it. They might put up a different rule tomorrow.
Well,
they might put up the Mike Ziski rule.
We got live video evidence of reading the rules in black and white.
Yeah, we do. Okay,
it was funny how they had them bolded too. That's what they call that, Joe.
Yeah, they had them bolding. They had the rules because they wanted to make sure you could read it because they know this is going to be a problem when they change it.
Right.
Ask Brad Sweet about it. His track.
It is. But
no one takes responsibility.
If I ask Brad Sweet about it, he's going to be like, why are you causing drama? I can't worry about that.
Because you guys stole money. I'll say because you stole money from a driver.
Potentially.
Why don't they end the race on lap 30 and pay out the finish on lap 30? Because after that, the restart was lined up wrong. Just like Peter Murphy in the dash said it was lined up wrong and didn't count it. This is the same scenario. They said this race should end on lap 30, and we're paying, or lap 29, the last completed lap. That's the payout. Justin Sanders is the winner. We made a mistake. The race was protested. The payoff is accordingly Justin Sanders won the Fall Nationals because we made a mistake on the lineup. Why can't that be done? This
is a good question to end this. Do you think it was right that official held Bill Rose back from whooping Cole at Lawrenceburg? It's a fan question.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why Bill Rose can't go meet him out in the parking lot 2 days later.
Probably paid protection.
But this is another thing. When Kobe Copeland and Shane last year on two separate races crashed Justin out on purpose, and it's the same with Shane Stewart. When Justin wants to go over and kick Shane Stewart's ass, he runs into his trailer and the outlaw people protect him, and Shane Stewart just mouths off.
Right.
And Kobe Copeland crashed Shane at Merced in Dale's car, and they went over for Justin to kick his ass. And then Copeland's crew, Jim Van Leer and his brother step in, and they punch Hunter Brady, rabbit punch him, and that's okay. Or when John Golobic comes up from behind and rabbit punches Justin Sanders' dad at a race from behind, Cole cocks him, that's okay. I'm negative for bringing this up. I got 100 stories, Chaz. I got 100 of them. We could go on for 100 hours. Why is what they do okay? Who's going to keep letting it happen until it happens to them? Until it happens to them.
It's okay. It's okay because it's okay because at 5:30 every morning they're sitting at home sleeping, nuggling up with their paid-for girl, and you're waking up to an air compressor. That's why it's okay. That's right. It's okay. But you know what? You give me a forum, I'm going to keep talking, and if enough people listen, maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll change. The spoken word is always won, Joe. The spoken word is undefeated. I'm hoping to get confronted by people, because if they confront me, I'm going to put it on the show the next day. If I'm in a hospital room, I'll put it on the show. Oh, well, that's my plan too. I just got away with it a lot. So. Okay, well, but it's okay for these people to assault Justin's dad or his crew members physically. That's okay. And to take money from him with the calls. Because Copeland's going to go hide. They said Colby's never been in a fight. Well, look at the guy.
Obviously, he's never been in a fight.
Right.
He looks a little light in the loafers to me.
Right.
What kind of fight is he going to be in?
Well,
Slap fight? Tickle fight?
No matter how much you've been to the gym, you can't change the pain that you get, getting hit in the nose and stuff. If you can't handle it,
of course
you're fucked.
These guys have never grew up on a neighborhood where they got in fights. Look at them.
Right.
They run behind dad's money. They can't leave the nest. Colby Copeland, DJ Neto, they won't fight Justin. Come over and fight him. One-on-one. Forget your crew. Stand up like a man. They won't do it. Because their crew comes in. What kind of father? Could you imagine? When I got in fights when I was a kid, you know what my mom used to say? What do you think my mom would say to me?
Well, our deal was if you lost the fight, like we had to go back over there and like do another one, and you fought them every day until you won. If you, I don't know, what did your mom say?
She don't tell me. Go out there and stand up for yourself.
Okay.
Stand up for yourself. You're coming telling your mom and dad. Colby's going to go run in his trailer and tell his crew guys Justin's mad after I just wadded up. In fact, like Shane Stewart, Colby wanted to crash Justin so bad he ruined his own car.
Wow.
They junked their own car, crashing him. You make that much
Paul
to
Silva
do it.
Was mad about that.
Well, Paul was, because he's the guy who had to work on it.
Right. Okay. We'll let you go. We doing this
I got
tomorrow?
work to do.
I got to research who wants to shit talk you, and we'll get all three of you on here.
Okay, perfect. Bye.
Bye. That's how quick it ends with Joe. Just rabid, and then we're over. By the way, I do want to say to everybody that the Super Dirt race did end. Your winner was Matt Williamson. Pretty good race. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. 2.5 hours. I have not been planning on these things lasting that long. Is it good that they are or not? I don't know. I'd like to get some more super chats. Want to thank the saltwater guy for small freshwater guy for throwing in the $4 into the can. That definitely helps a lot. And as always, if you like the video, like it. If you have a comment below. As always, share it and be sure to subscribe. Subscribers going up, very important to the show here. And when we go live, you don't have to worry about missing it because you'll get a notification on your phone every time we go live. And that'll be a big notifier because I'm trying to do these at noon, but I do a lot of other stuff outside of this. I work a lot. So when I go live, it will be once a day, but like today, it may be a little delayed. So be sure to subscribe to stay up on the lives, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe go get you a Larson Knight shirt and a Flex Fit hat. Flex Fit. Because they just feel right. Thanks for tuning in.
We can ride anywhere we need to go. We can ride all night up to the morning, as long as we make the show. We can be the best or we can be the worst. We can be the best thing you ever heard. With the motor singing and the grandstands ringing, it's hard to put it all in words. But this is how we ride, this is how we do.